Hi everyone, it's Ben, and I.
In the beginning, there was nothing, and then there was the Drunken Peasants podcast.
I gotta get away with this. No!
Say, man, you got a joint? No, not on me, man.
I don't have facts to back this up.
It'd be a lot cooler if you did.
That's true. Sometimes I cry.
Oh! Lick my butthole, he laughed.
From the strangest corners of the internet, here to bring you opinions of the world from an altered perspective. Here are your hosts, the Drunken Peasants.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Drunken Peasants podcast, episode 957.
Do it live!
957, doing it live. Yeah, so I guess eventually we'll have to start planning for episode 100.
Or 1,000, whichever one you want to do first.
100,000.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Yeah. So we've got Dylan Burns, we got Jeff Holiday.
Happy to be back.
Hello.
Yes, it took massive wizardry in order to make this happen, but it did in fact happen.
A massive wizard sleeve?
Yes. I had to knit out of foreskins a wizard sleeve in order to concoct the proper spell for me to be here tonight. Unfortunately, it's not powerful enough for us to go to that furry convention this weekend.
Oh, well, I mean, we can go to it.
Ben still might go.
You can, yeah, but like I'm not going to be able to go with you guys, and I'm very upset about that.
If I go, it won't be a furry convention anymore. It'll be a Billy the Fridge convention. Because I take precedent over all furries.
I might not go to the actual convention, but I'll hang out with everyone coming out, you know.
Yeah. I'm deeply sad about
and
that.
for those of you who are like, what the hell is he talking about? I guess Adam from Your Movie Sucks is coming down with Scott and some other people that we know of.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I'm going to have to miss it. Last time
It's the only time I've ever been to a furry convention was with Adam.
Are
you
going
to
go
fursuited or not? I'm not. I don't have a fursuit. I'm not a furry, but
I might get one of those butt plug tails.
You can still have fun at a furry convention, though. We found that out, and Jeff, we went into a yiff room, and Jeff fell through a false wall.
No. Hang on. No. You're not framing it correctly.
I was
going to make it sound like I'm some. You make it sound like I'm some clumsy asshole who was drunk and fell through like a bunch of black plastic trash bags.
That's what happened.
Staple gunned up on the wall. That's not what happened. I drunkenly smashed through that shit like the fucking Kool-Aid man, okay?
Oh, yeah.
That's what fucking happened.
Choosy moms choose yiff.
All right. What's going on in here, guys? Everybody having a good time?
Yeah, what was the yiff room like? Did it smell?
You know what? He's calling that a yiff room, but honestly, everyone was just kind of cuddling, and everyone
a cuddle puddle?
It was a cuddle room.
Yeah, cuddle puddles are way different.
No, everyone had their clothes on. And they were just kind of snuggling. It was a snuggle room.
Even with their fursuits on, they got trap doors in those things, like a peek portal for the tip.
Wait, were they snuggling like in fursuits or out of fursuits?
Yes, there were some fursuits. Yes, there were some fursuits. And I'm gonna be I'll be totally honest with you here. As somebody who has been around when very unfortunate group sex has happened, we were like right on the cusp, okay? Like another 15 minutes, if we were still in there, like we would have seen some shit that would have taken therapy, all right?
Don't project your fantasies onto everyone else.
Like, what do you consider unfortunate group sex, though? Like somebody got lost in the shuffle and there was no consent for like some guy in the middle? That's unfortunate. But if everybody consents, what's unfortunate about group sex?
The dry cleaning bill when you have to clean your fursuit.
That's a given, though. You should always clean your fursuit, whether or not there's a yiff stain on it.
By the way,
I'm all about fur. Like the furries want to.
If I don't stop this conversation now, it'll keep going forever. By the way, Dylan, I saw you watch the Tim Pool food bucket ad. I was talking about that in your chat. And then someone found it. It was like, yeah, here it is. I love that.
Tim Pool has been such a doomer lately. He's like pretty sure the whole world's ending.
Right, but the year of the last presidential election, he was pushing those buckets because he's like, Civil War's coming.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, recently he had that recent clip that went viral where they were like, the cops are going to come and bash in your teeth. I mean, it sounds like a mass shooter manifesto. He sounds more and more like one every day. But the thing about the doomer buckets, the doomer were basically buckets of corn, buckets of shitty corn that people buy from for a lot of money, is that he created his own market, right? He basically scared his audience into thinking doomsday is coming, and then sold them the cure. He made them sick, then sold them the cure to the sickness. It's just a classic snake oil salesman bullshit.
I'd rather had bought it because of the rapture than Civil War.
Now, Tim Pool's brother, Reactor, is one of the most savviest people I know when it comes to online manipulation. I don't know if Tim Pool gets it from him or not. You think Tim Pool's genuine with the end of the world?
We brought Reactor on when he was going to sue Tim. Do you remember that? Yeah. I don't know if he actually sued him or not, but we brought him on.
I don't think he did.
And we asked him about the food buckets thing, and he acted like maybe he wasn't acting, but he was like, "No, I don't even know what you're talking about there." But it was during that time, where he was selling the food buckets.
Well, I love Reactor. Like he's
great.
He's one of my favorite people I've ever met online.
Yeah, and when we had him on and he was talking about how he was going to sue Tim, that's the last time I saw the quartering in our chat, like being like, "You shouldn't do this, man." He was like trying to talk Reactor out of suing his brother.
in the chat of Drunken Peasants. Yeah, that's wild.
Do it, man.
We had the quartering once as a guest on DP a long time ago, and we got along with him fine.
He talked about wanting to challenge you for the spin till you spew title.
We used to have this horrible drinking game that we used to play that was like my liver aged 10 years every time we played it.
Question about quartering. He didn't piss on anything, did he?
Not that time. Yeah, not that night.
No, okay.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Or maybe he did off camera and we didn't see. I've done a couple of pees off camera before. Like Ben didn't even notice them.
Well, one of the things you have to keep in mind when it comes to people like Tim Pool and the quartering is that they're completely fucking fake. They're 100% fake. There's not one fucking solid, like, legitimate bone in their fucking body. I've never met Jeremy, but I've met Tim. I've hung out with Tim like 4 or 5 fucking times.
When you were the leader of Kekistan?
Yes. When I it was an accident, made a hate movement. It's not my fucking fault, okay? But anyway, and Tim was a totally different person. And the thing that changed was money. It was money and it was fame, and that was it. And like he just completely flipped the script from what he was before.
But that's the best reason to change. Like if
one day you're a journalist, you're a shitty journalist with a tiny bit of integrity, and the next day you're just peddling like corn buckets. It could be any of us.
Yep.
I would peddle the corn buckets.
Actually, no, it could have been me, but I turned away. I turned away from a lucrative career of selling my soul.
Jeff. You should have sold out.
I could have still been, hanging out with Mr. Avocado, and making raisin.
Oh, I love that Dave Rubin video. The video you got with Dave, the one where you were filming Dave Rubin, and he's like, "You're filming video?" It's one of the funniest things ever.
Yeah, dude. Okay, that was like 2016 or something, and I think. I'm not really sure which talk I was at because I went to a bunch of them here or up in Portland, and I'm partying with Dave Rubin, and we're getting really drunk and really trash. And that was when Sargon of Akkad lost his Twitter account, and so I was like, "Hey, we're gonna say sorry to Sargon," and I don't know if Dave was drunk or Dave is a fucking idiot. But I tried to take a video of hey, let's say sorry to Carl, and he got super fucking ass mad because it wasn't a picture. It's a really good video. I like that one.
Yeah, there was one time I got Jeff kicked out of an Uber because I was yelling across the street that he was the alt-right leader of Kekistan.
Didn't just get him kicked out of the Uber. There were innocents there, too.
Here, upload this.
Oh, my God.
This is alt-right creator of Kekistan, Jeff Holiday. A member of the alt-right, a disgusting individual. He's hiding now. We all see him now. What a disgusting piece of shit. We are Kekistan. Is that what you stand for, Jeff Holiday?
You want to hear what's popular radio? Jeff Doxiday.
Yeah, they just got in the car too. Oh, and now they're getting out. Why?
We got fucking kicked out.
Hold on, who's this giant man coming out of the back of the car? What is this? No.
Oh, is it Billy the Midge?
I'm obviously very tall. You can see from the video.
And then Billy's like,
Oh my God.
"You just
Very
got us kicked out."
See, you know what, kids? Don't do an extremism. This is what happens.
Wow.
Ben will be like blacked out drunk kicking you out of a fucking Uber.
Yeah, you started an accidental extremist movement. I'm innocent. All I ever did was have a couple of accidental bowel movements.
The funny thing
I mean,
is,
you hang out with some pretty sketchy people too.
Yeah, I do.
in the We Are Kekistan video, you encourage people to re-upload it everywhere.
With a woof and a purr.
I did,
A
yeah.
baby was born and it caused a little stir. No blue buzzard, no green-eyed frog. Just a feline canine. Little cat dog. Cat dog. Cat dog. Alone in the world was a little cat dog.
Best $20 ever spent right
Yes.
That's a good $20.
Yeah, it's not bad. Oh man.
Could have been worse.
So Dylan, you don't want to talk about Rittenhouse.
I'll talk about Rittenhouse. It just gets people excited. That's all.
I do want to talk about. I sent you a little Twitter link, Ben. Can we bring that up at some point tonight?
Yeah.
It's from Barstool Sports. So you guys familiar with Barstool Sports?
Yeah, I'm familiar with Barstool.
So they usually have the best takes, right? Like they're usually on the money with most everything they post. But this post is a little questionable.
Okay, I'll bring it up.
So
I'm interested.
Yeah, it's they might be off the mark here because it has nothing to do with sports. So maybe that's why they're not so on the money like they usually are. This is the top 10 female singers of all time, according to Barstool.
Wow.
JoJo?
Mariah Carey's number 1. That's fair.
Okay.
Whitney Houston's number 2. I think these are fair. They should be in the top 10. JoJo,
wait.
No, not JoJo.
It's not JoJo Siwa, right?
No. It's
JoJo Siwa.
She's a singer. I'm familiar with her. I don't think she outranks Aretha Franklin, or I don't think Ashley Simpson should be up there.
That's right where I'm drawing the fucking line.
Yeah.
Ashley Simpson, like Barstool Sports just did a hate crime.
And I don't know who Addison Rae is.
Addison Rae. I didn't even know she sung. I thought she was just a TikToker.
This is making me realize that I don't listen to female musicians at all.
Busted.
I don't listen to any of these people. I actually can't think of a female musician that I listen to, and I'm like, I like their music. It's like all Frank Zappa and like not at all.
I just can't.
What's the name of that band that covers Rage Against the Machine, but they have like brass instruments?
Oh, the one with the singer that peed all over the guy.
Yeah, that's a female singer. She's good.
She did you see the statement they released? This is a recent thing. For people who don't know, there's like a recent concert where a fan got on stage and she had the fan lay down and she just pissed all over his face.
And he smiled so big.
He smiled.
Yeah.
Super awesome.
Her last name was Eurista, which I think is an amalgamation of urine barista. And
we should have seen it coming.
And then the next day, their like account, their official band account tweets out like, "This is not the band we are." Like you just piss on someone's face. You can't piss on someone's face on stage and then release like, I don't think this represents you. No, this is now This is now you. Like when people
this is your best moment.
This is gonna be you. Yeah.
This is your golden moment.
Look, I'm not into pee-pee or anything, but like that's fucking awesome. That's some punk rock shit right there.
And
Piss on a fan. Fuck yeah.
She has some powerful kidneys. It was an explosion. It was a lot. I guess I guess she was saying she had been holding it for a while. So
I didn't know that was an option. I've done a ton of live shows. I've been on stage. I've had to pee down my own leg. I didn't realize I could just ask a fan to sit there for sacrifice. It's hard out here. I only do 20-minute sets too, so I could have waited, but I just had to let it go.
Could you imagine if one of these like 30 to 40 to 50 million viewers at a time, like Minecraft YouTubers on stage, just randomly said that? The amount they would literally like it would look like a Squid Game in the audience, people killing each other just to get a droplet.
A BTS concert.
Oh my God!
It would turn into Squid Games. Those kids that love BTS, like they fight over chicken nugget sauce.
It would make Astroworld look like a bouncy castle.
Yeah, absolutely. What the fuck, dude?
Did you see? Did you see that Mr. Beast made Squid Games?
Yeah,
like he life-size
the whole
made
set, all the games.
I haven't seen the video.
Did he release
yet,
a video about it yet?
He released photos on Twitter last I saw.
I think he's waiting to see if Kyle Rittenhouse is guilty or not because he wants him to be in. So
I have a poll up right now. See, I love putting in the Rittenhouse thing because there are these Rittenhouse supporters that are so insecure that they search for Rittenhouse videos. They never watch our streams, but they find it and they come and they downvote and then they vote in my poll. It's very strange.
That's cute.
Yeah.
There was a recent wave of like is it virtue signaling? These women who are like the same age or 20 years older than Kyle Rittenhouse's mom, and they're all posting pictures of Kyle Rittenhouse's mom and pictures of themselves.
Is she really 38 years old?
I guess.
Is that true?
Yeah.
But they're all like,
she's younger than me.
Yeah.
That's
Me
crazy.
too.
All these women are posting their pictures next to hers. Like, this is what hate does to you. This is what hate does. Hate ages you.
I don't
Have
think
you
so.
not seen like
Meth?
Taryn Southern, or is that the one Lauren Southern?
Lauren Southern?
All those hateful
Lauren
blondes,
Southern,
those hateful hotties. There's tons of hateful hotties. You can't just
Yeah,
go
hate
around
isn't
saying
doing
hate
that.
ages you. There's way more
Yeah.
bangable Nazi blondes out there than these 40-something women.
Nazi blonde.
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
You're not wrong. Although I think we really do have to address the elephant in the room. Ben, both you and I are old enough that we too could by now have had our own child soldier. What are we doing wrong?
Wait, Ben, how old are you?
I'm 40.
You're old enough to be my father.
Yeah.
Daddy's home.
I feel like I raised all you kids.
Yeah, I think
Kind of did.
Yeah.
I think we probably still have child soldiers out there. They don't have to be birthed of our loin. There's people out there fighting in our name.
I basically be Coney by now.
I know there's tons of little Kekistanis running around protecting storefronts
Thank you, Billy.
during
Yeah.
the protest.
Do you know how weird it was being like 14, 15 when that whole Kekistan stuff was going on and watching
my
that from a
God.
distance? How susceptible being young and having that online was? Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, man. I appreciate that. Thanks for making my middle school hell. I appreciate it.
You know what I found out?
Please tell me.
Do you know how many? Do you know how many of my classmates were like, "Oh man, did you see the new Bearing video?" Oh my God.
Bearing. Oh my God. I've not heard that name in a while.
Having worked with Onision, like the one thing I learned is that he had so many girls that like watched him when they were 13 that turned into cam girls. I would have so many cam girls hit me up like, I saw you in an Onision video. Oh my God. I used to watch him when I was 13. It was all the same story. They were all once fans of him at 13. He creates little cam girls the same way Kekistan creates Kyle Rittenhouses.
If they find out later that Kyle Rittenhouse had a Kekistan flag, I am just going to
You're
laugh.
responsible.
He didn't have the Kekistan flag. He was protecting the Kekistan flag.
I will laugh until I die.
I never had a Kekistan flag, okay, or Kekistan wallpaper, okay? But when asked my ethnicity once, I did answer Kekistan.
Oh my God. You know what? That's why you're on the alt-right pipeline graph, Jeff Holiday.
Congratulations. Thanks, Jeff.
You know, at least I can say I didn't do it on purpose. You know, it's just kind of like I just got kind of caught up in everything.
Got caught up in it all. That's what, you know, at the Nuremberg trials, you know, that was the best defense. Like, you know, it just kind of swept the nation.
You know, if Kyle Rittenhouse can get off for fucking murder, I can get off for fucking Kekistan.
Hey.
So I'm entwining my fate, my collective moral and ethical fate with the outcome of this trial. Okay.
DP was the launch pad for JF Gary Epi. That's how he met his child bride.
Oh my God, I got in so much trouble because of that guy.
You did?
Yes. Okay. So the thing is, I host a ton of debates, right? And so I was hosting a debate, like, and like I had like Vosh was the hippie dippy champion, the first devil, the inaugural, right? And we had him versus like Bastia, and we were like, we need like another match. We need to see who it is. And it was like, what about this Jeremy guy? And I said, did you guys clear him? You cleared him, right? And he was like, yeah, we cleared him. He seems good enough or whatever. I was like, okay. And so I set him up there, and I'm like, I remember this guy from back in the day. And so I set him up, I announced it, and then I get like, Sean from Twitter, the Skull dude.
Yes.
Like he fucking retweets it, shits on it. Like everyone shits on it. I was like, what the fuck is it? And then I knew there was some weird stuff with legal, but then I dug into it. It was like, yo, I did not know how bad this is.
Yeah.
And I had to cancel that shit and roll all that back and then host
Excuse
something else.
Oh, JF is here actually.
Oh, whoa.
Excusez-moi,
Why'd you fuck up my event,
pardon me.
man? Why'd
I
you do
do
that to me?
not like we are in this slander. You see, I am just an enlightened doctor. I come from I know how to give birth with the monkeys. You judge me. This is what democracy fair. Because in a fair and equitable society, everyone would know I am the EPDP champion.
Oh shit!
That was weird. That was really strange.
He always
Imagine
hijacks
if he was
us.
WWE champion, though, how bad that would have been.
Yeah.
That would have been great.
Yeah.
Might have to retire that belt, start a new one.
Have you noticed there's not been a black hippie dippy champion? JF, please stop. Please.
Have you
Yeah.
noticed? Have you noticed JF is always claiming he's the master race, but he dates the lowest level mental people
That's how he
you've
stays
ever
on
seen?
top. That's how he
Yeah.
stays on top.
He just lowers
That's
the
how you do
bar.
it.
You're not the master race if you're swimming in the slow pool.
He is.
It's like how like there's like different there's different cliques in school,
Yeah.
right, and there's like the cool kids and everything. Like there was always like there's like the I guess the lower groups, like the nerds or whatever. There was always like a leader for them, right? There was like somebody who had like dominance. He's like that, but when it comes to like people who are mentally disabled and dating them.
See, we always had like the one table full of the mentally disabled kids, like the special table. And I would eat there with them sometimes. It was fun. They're funny.
They're great kids. They're great people.
Yeah.
Sure.
I love those
They're
kids.
great people.
I never
I
tried
love
to
those
date
people.
any of them. Probably my fault, honestly. I should have been more open-minded at the time.
Now we will play the DP Action News intro. Here it goes.
He called me sir. It got me so humiliated.
People are discriminating against wolves. Wow. They're laughing at us, at our stupidity.
They're laughing at us at our stupidity.
They are. So I have a poll set up on our YouTube channel right now because I have guilty, not guilty, or unsure what they're predicting the verdict will be. Not guilty is winning 44%, 36% guilty, and 20% unsure. Maybe the people over at Fox News' The Five can change your mind.
Okay.
Oh, God. All right.
Maybe.
The verdict in the Kyle Rittenhouse double murder trial
Dana
could come at
Perino
any
might
moment
change my
inside
mind.
the courtroom
Yeah, see,
right
see what hate does?
Is she that
She's-
hateful, though? She's just kind of like an agent of evil.
I can change her.
I could change her.
Now,
I'll have her hair dyed purple in a week.
She's way older than Rittenhouse's mom. She's like in her mid-50s.
Yeah.
jury of 7 women and 5 men are deliberating the charges against Rittenhouse. Earlier today, the 18-year-old randomly picking a group of people who will decide his fate. Outside, protesters are gathering on the steps of the courthouse and the National Guard on standby in the city of Kenosha as local officials call for calm when the verdict comes down. The key issue for the jurors to decide was Rittenhouse acting in self-defense, or did he intend to kill 2 people and wound another? Prosecutors say Rittenhouse was a vigilante and expecting violence, while the defense makes...
All of that can be true, though. He could be a vigilante trying to cause violence, but he also could have been attacked. And it could, like, they might see it as self-defense. It almost seems like the judge is kind of on his side,
Nobody
too.
said he was trying to cause violence. He was expecting violence.
Well,
he wasn't trying to cause trouble. He was looking for trouble. And I think he
Well.
was, because he came with a med kit. And when there's trouble, having a good med kit will save the day. Did Jeff leave?
Yeah.
Damn it, Jeff.
In the case that he was attacked while trying to protect the community.
Everybody takes a beating sometimes, right?
Who's
sometimes
this guy?
You're getting,
how come I haven't seen him yet?
He's the guy sitting next to the prosecutor. He's part of the prosecutorial team
he
or whatever.
looks like it.
He's like the assistant DA.
He's the dude who face palmed when one of the people on the stand like screwed over the prosecution.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He said that that he wasn't shot until he drew his gun and pointed it at Rittenhouse.
I guess I didn't notice him until without his hand over his face. That's the problem.
What is Jeff and Dylan's take on the gun charge being dropped? How do you feel about that?
I mean, I felt like that was the only thing that could possibly stick. I think it's going to be non-guilty on everything. I think it was like the only because like for me, I feel like this is like open and shut, like self-defense. And so for me, like I don't think he should have been there with the gun. I think he shouldn't have been separate from the crowd. I don't think he should have really had the guy. I mean, the defense was what the defense said is, well, hunting laws. And so the prosecution, of course, said, oh, so what was he hunting? Which of course doesn't like play well for so they did not respond to that, but it was able to go over. And then when the curfew also dropped, literally everything that they could have gotten him on actually in reality has been dropped. So I feel like it's more and more likely that he's going to be literally not guilty on all charges.
Yeah.
Does he have a reckless endangerment charge against him?
I don't believe so.
I think it's two.
It's like first-degree murder.
Was it first?
No, well, there's 3 murder charges. One is attempted, and then there was a gun charge, and then there was one more, but I don't remember what exactly it was. I'm pretty much thinking the same along with Dylan. The gun charge is the one that I actually was most wanting, to be like a sticking point, because I thought it was the strongest case. And I mean, it's like the problem with it really comes down to the jury is going to decide. The jury's ultimately going to decide. And as far as like the self-defense counts against the 2 people that ran after him, like that's pretty clear cut. Like, yeah, it's self-defense. And I mean, they could claim self-defense too if they were both alive. But the first one is like where it really sticks. That's where the jury has to make that decision. And in the closing arguments, there was a couple of things that like, if I was a juror, it would make me have pause. Like, okay, well, maybe like the angle of the dude's hand when he's going towards the gun. Whether or not it makes sense to me. And that's like where we get into this trouble. And maybe that's why they're actually deliberating for longer. I don't know. I think he's probably going to get off anyway. It's just, it's like the main problem with it is what kind of precedent does it set one way or the other? I think the kid is an idiot and he should definitely have some sort of repercussions for it. Murder, not necessarily, because it's almost completely clear cut. Self-defense for me, but I'm not a juror, so I don't get to make that decision. So that's really what it comes down to.
I actually, the more and more details I learned about the case, the harder and harder is for anybody to look me in the eye and say, like, murder on all counts, and for me to think they just haven't watched the trial.
Right, exactly.
A lot of people don't have to watch the trial or know anything about it to already have their minds made up, and that's for both sides. I think there's a lot of people that really don't care to watch the trial. They want to see the little memes. They want to have their opinion. And then they want to be professionals about what's going to happen when someone is talking about it. We have all these people in our chat that say he's a hero. He's not a hero.
I wouldn't go that far.
He's not a hero.
I blame the police that were there too. It seemed, where were I watched the actual video of the shootings. I didn't see any police anywhere.
Yeah, because the cops. Cause we remember the riots. The cops had their lines drawn.
Yeah,
and there was like a zone that was able to have your Molotov cocktail parties and all your stuff going on. The cops stayed out the line, and then when the curfew hit, they started like slowly inching on the line and marching in and tear gassing and beating the shit out of everybody. We remember that happened. The cops did have Kyle Rittenhouse trying to turn himself into them, and they told him to go home.
That's a mistake on their part.
They did have a kid that looked like he wasn't old enough to buy a fucking carton of cigarettes or maybe even a Happy Meal, right? The kid looked small as hell carrying a gun around, And the cops didn't bother to ID check him the entire time he was there with the pistol, the rifle.
Right.
In fact, I maybe this is a report I remember from a while ago. So maybe like the trial, that information changed. But if I remember correctly, he was able to run past the cops that were passing by, and they went towards the gunshot and didn't even consider the person running away with the gun in his hands as the person who potentially shot the firearm. Then he went and turned himself in. If I remember from the initial news buzz around after the shooting.
They probably all had eyed him earlier as one of the guys with the guns on the good side, according to the cops. So they probably like, oh, he's fine. He's one of our boys. He had his gun out there. He was a sweet boy. Go home, sweet boy. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about your little bit of murders. Go home.
The one that drives me crazy, it's still bothering me quite a lot too. There's kind of a parallel that we could draw if it ended up in the same direction. There was a guy in Portland who shot and killed. He was a left-wing guy. He shot and killed a right-wing guy, and he claimed self-defense initially, and we never got to see that guy actually go to trial. We never got to see that dude go to trial because he got literally ambushed by fucking police and executed in the goddamn street. Like, Trump even fucking bragged about it. Like, bragged about that dude just got fucking annihilated, pasted. No warning shots, no nothing. Dude had no fucking weapon in his hand, according to some onlookers. You know, like, that dude didn't even get a chance to, like, prove his innocence. But here comes Kyle Rittenhouse, and he totally can. I think, like, and the thing is, too, like, one doesn't excuse the other. And one doesn't make the other okay. It really doesn't. Even if Kyle gets off, it's not that Kyle was right. He's still wrong. Like, the actions that were taken that night by him and the people who were fucking, like, burning shit down and looting, everybody's wrong in this. But people are looking at this like it's a team sport. Like, somebody has to win. Like, nobody's going to win in this situation. If he gets off, this is what's going to happen. If Kyle Rittenhouse gets off on all charges, people are then going to be like, okay, well, that's how you have to take steps so you can legally do a Rittenhouse.
Yes.
It's going to empower some people. If he gets charged, then he becomes a martyr for far-right groups. Either way, we all fucking lose in this situation. Nobody wins in this situation at all.
I do also want to bring...
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I do also want to bring up the fact that, let's say he did get charged on all three counts. What would that say about the Second Amendment and the idea of accessing the Second Amendment while protesting? What would that say about the future of open carry in the United States and how people are going to interpret open carry? And so that's also something people need to consider, because if people cannot take guns to events where they expect violence could occur, then literally what is the purpose of guns?
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's and like the thing is too, like, I'm a really big Second Amendment guy and I'm a pretty far lefty. So like, I believe in people being able to use force to protect your property, but and I get what people are saying when they're like, he's going there, he's defending property, but that's not the same fucking thing. If it was his family business and he's defending it, I would be in much more stronger support of the kid. 100%. 100%. Even if it's like his second cousin's car lot, then I'd be like, yep, that's what you do. You have to take care of your family, your property, et cetera, et cetera. The community, fucking come on, weak ass shit.
It's
the thing. Oh, sorry, I interrupted you before.
Go ahead.
It's like, it doesn't have to be like, it is a counter protest, right? Like, we have the right to protest. It is a counter protest. They're holding there with their guns. They're saying, you're not going to burn these buildings. You're not going to attack these buildings. It doesn't matter if they're theirs or not. Like, if you really believe that much and you're within your rights to protest, you look goofy to me, but do it, right? Just don't. My problem is, don't mess with people who have guns. Don't, like, if someone has a gun, don't go after them.
Especially if you have a skateboard. If that's your only weapon.
Well, okay, like, let's think about it. Take a step back and think about it. Like, the first dude who attacked Kyle was obviously mentally ill. Like, he was having a fucking problem. He came out of the fucking hospital. He had like his medical scripts in his bag for the pills he needed to be taking. Dude had been showing like all sorts of crazy aggressive behavior, and by all accounts, probably not a great dude. So like, I can understand the dude being fucking mentally ill. I myself have had to pull a gun on a mentally ill person trying to break into my fucking house. Like, I get that. And I'm not Kyle Rittenhouse, and I wasn't there, so I can't say which way I would go, which is why I'm not necessarily judging on that regard. But, like, when it comes to those other people, from their perspective, like, that's an active shooter. It was, like, killing people.
Which was a poor perspective.
But I'm not going to judge it because I wasn't fucking there. I wasn't in that situation.
In the heat of the moment, people assume things,
and that's when it goes to shit.
It's
like,
true.
Like if you look at Kyle, he never like had the gun like actively pointing towards people. Right? It was when he was being approached that he used the gun outward. So like you're hearing gunshots. The first gunshot wasn't even from him, right? Some random guy shot a gunshot.
Some other dude, like, yeah.
It stirred up Kyle. He shot 4 shots, and then somebody shot 3 more afterwards. So we're having somebody causing a stir right there, and he's the dumbass little kid, goofy little kid walking around with a gun, and all these big bad bully dudes who didn't see. You know, they're not over there looking at all the adults with guns. They go after the baby faced dork that's LARPing as a white nationalist.
He was only one of them that was left there.
That was there, but they could have gone after any other guy with guns all night long.
They didn't go after him until he shot somebody.
The guy that went after him without him shooting, right?
Yeah, it was crazy. Some crazy fucking dude went charging after him and shit.
That's something I want to bring up. The fact I've been to a decent amount of protests. I was actually there on January 6th, when the Capitol was stormed. I was wearing a Biden hoodie. Smartest decision of my life. And if there's anything I've learned from my times of protest, even when I'm just doing stupid shit like I was on the Capitol, just there in a Biden hoodie, having people threaten me with death, throw slurs at me, it's that you don't stay alone. Definitely if you're in an area that like is not exceptionally friendly to you. The fact that I wasn't like had the sheep beaten out of me on January 6th is literally just pure luck. And some people recognized me from my online stuff, so that made it even worse. But like him with a firearm getting separate from the rest of his group to the point where he even had to be in that situation in the first place is a massive mistake and shows he shouldn't have been anywhere near that place in the first place.
Agreed.
Well, he shouldn't have been there with a gun because he wasn't legally allowed to carry the gun, right? Like
that's
well, I mean, it was They
argued it was hunting laws, but the idea that hunting laws could protect him in this case is ridiculous to me. Considering I think a big part of that is you need to be like you have to have a parent present, which I don't know if he's running away from a mob. It doesn't seem like a fucking parent's present unless you're gonna say Rosenbaum was the guardian there.
So like.
Yeah, he was launching for the gun. He's like, "You're not supposed to have this, Sonny." That's actually what happened.
If there had been no fatal shooting and he just had this gun and he got caught in the same area with it, do you think the charge would have stuck? But only because it's part of this murder trial.
They probably would have dropped it and made him done community service or something. Like, oh, you stupid kid, do community service.
Yeah. And the other thing, though, like. I think it's really important to mention this too. Like if Kyle Rittenhouse went down there with his medic gloves, a medic bag, and a fire extinguisher and shit like that, and he didn't have an AR-15, nobody would have charged him. Nobody would have fucking attacked him. But that's also a shoulda, woulda, coulda, maybe. I don't know. I'm just speaking from like what I perceive as common sense. I don't think it would have gotten that bad.
But people on that side felt like they needed to protect themselves from this wild mobs of people that were burning down businesses.
I know the best way to do that. I know the best way to fucking do that.
Let me know, because I'm planning on starting some shit soon.
Someone in the
Stay home.
Oh,
someone in our chat.
Go, dude.
Someone in our chat just said a skateboard is not life threatening. You could beat someone to death with a skateboard.
You could beat someone to death.
A wooden plank right here. This is probably
Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Hacksaw Jim Duggan over here, right?
Yeah.
Here's Mike Pence. I'm not gonna hit Mike Pence. That's actually a terrible idea.
Please don't.
He's very sensitive.
But he's very sensitive, and I don't want to get taken out on switch. But like, if I was to come over there and like bang somebody's head in with this thing, you could kill somebody. And he got hit twice over the head. I mean, like, I don't know. If you don't think it's lethal, go get somebody, pick up a skateboard and hit you in the head with it a couple times.
Yeah, and there's metal trucks on a skateboard too. It's heavy.
You can't tell me a skateboard's not lethal. I've played Tony Hawk Pro Skater, and there are some killer tricks you can do with a skateboard.
Well, so like, I guess there's the really big question. This is the one this is what I asked myself when I was trying to evaluate for my own self, not because I was going to try and determine the case because that's stupid. Don't even get me fucking started on how many fucking like lawyer streams there are People talking about like how we know how the fucking case is going to go. Nobody does except for the jurors, and that's how it always is. But anyway, when I was thinking about it,
and Destiny, of course.
Get me fucking started, Jesus Christ. Is 100% that first initial contact, and that dude charging at him, and was his hand like this? Was he trying to push out of the way? Was he grabbing it? Did Kyle have the barrel pointed up? They couldn't tell really from the video. It was too grainy. Those little factors, those tiny little factors, are probably what would make it very clear cut one way or the other. We don't know. And that's why it's in a jury trial. That's why the jury now has to like look at this evidence and see which way it's going to go. We might not like what they do. We might. I don't know. It's entirely up to these 12 people. And a lot of people are very dissatisfied by that. That's the legal system. That's all there is to it.
All right. So if it's not guilty, like most of us think, is there going to be backlash in the streets? Do you think?
Yeah,
What's your guess?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. I mean, like I heard like a few people were like, "Hey, well, it's pretty cold right now." Like, no, January 6th it was very cold. Okay, and there's nothing that'll warm you up more than a nice fire. And at the end of the day, I think that due to the media attention to this trial, how it's being shaped in particular, I think that the only response is that there's going to be a response on the streets. Whether that response is violent, I don't know. I can't determine that. But there's most certainly at least going to be protests or some matter of representation on the streets. And if it gets violent, it's very concerning considering the case we just left and then violent protests following the case we just left in particular. What the response from certain militia organizations could go out. But there is something that Jeff said that I did want to contend. You said that you don't care about people like defending the community or something.
I do and I don't. I think that when it comes down to protecting private property, when it comes down to whether or not you should be able to use deadly force, largely comes down to your relation to that property.
So we're just specifically talking about deadly force here.
Yes, well, specifically deadly force. Because don't get me wrong, I caught somebody fucking shoplifting from my local Buy Mart and I beat the shit out of him.
Were they stealing food?
No. No,
you never fight somebody for stealing. Like I saw this.
No, dude. If
rich
dude stealing food, I'd either help him or I just buy it for him.
Like, I saw this rich-looking kid stealing a candy bar the other day, and I wanted so bad.
What's a Buy Mart?
Oh, it's just it's more of a local like big box store, kind of like Walmart and shit.
Jeff,
like that.
if you see me stealing Wagyu, will you buy it for me?
No,
that's a big no.
I'll pull that Wagyu out and I'll slap you in the face with it. Come on, man. There's one thing needing to steal to eat, but come on.
I need to steal to eat Wagyu.
No, you fuck you. You bougie ass motherfucker. Fuck you. Come on, man. But yeah, I think when it comes down to deadly force, you have to have some sort of personal investment in it for it to even be remotely reasonable, because stuff is just stuff unless it's something that's directly going to impact or potentially harm your life. And even then, I'm still kind of uncomfortable with it. I can understand the argument to a certain extent, and I'm still kind of open to having my mind changed on it one way or the other, because I do believe that human life is worth more than property. But I also understand the argument of people defending their property for the sake of maintaining their livelihood and their family. I understand that. So I'm kind of enlightened centrist about it,
I remember when the Proud Boys came to DC. So I'm somebody who lives in the DMV, right? DC is where my grandfather, went to work. DC is the center of our community in the DMV. Always.
Is DMV DC, Maryland, Virginia? Is that it?
Yes. It's anything touched by the metro system.
Okay.
Is basically
I used to live in Waldorf, so.
Oh, dope!
I thought you lived in the shitty place where we get our driver's license for a second there.
It's the DOL here in Washington.
I live in the DMV. We have a very close-knit community.
Such a long line.
It's a very long line. But the thing is, when they came in, they burnt down the property of a local black church, right? That type of stuff. Considering it was a local black church and the historical significance of that, and they were specifically targeting symbols of like the Black Lives Matter movement that the black church had, and that type of stuff like infuriated me. And I think it rightfully infuriated me to have people who don't live in our community come into it and do that type of damage, just like we saw on January 6th. We see this happen a million different times, right? And I think that a community coming together when the Proud Boys, this violent group of fucking thugs, come into the community and try to start shit, and physically being there to stop them from doing that to local black churches again, I think is completely reasonable. And in fact, I wouldn't be against like black people being like, no, we're going to defend our churches, and we're going to have firearms here to defend our churches. Now, I'm not saying they should shoot anybody, but I mean, the historical significance of that is obvious.
Right. No, I think that's absolutely reasonable. You know, I feel like well, I mean, guns are a complicated situation, but like we live in the world that we live in, right? And we live in a very well-armed society. So I believe that people should, especially people who are potentially at risk, and especially in their communities, should get trained. They should get weapons, and they should have that in case they need them, or to just dissuade, you know, the potential for people burning and you know, causing trouble. Proud Boys cause trouble. Even when there's like a fucking crazy riot.
A lot of people downplay that the guns, I know it's weird to say, can be a detriment to violence because nobody wants to punch somebody with a gun.
That's right. Yeah, no, I totally get that. And, you know, at the same time, like the main protests that I have been in have been in Portland. And this is like for going on well over 2 decades now.
It was burned to the ground by Antifa, by the way.
Oh, so many times. Portland has been rebuilt
it's gone.
So many times.
It's not even there anymore.
No, they rebuilt it again. It'll get burned down like next year or some shit like that.
Isn't it weird though? Before you tell your story, isn't it weird though that this precedent that's being set is like, if you get into a fist fight and you start winning, they can pull out a gun and shoot you, and that's like cool.
Yeah, that's fucked up. That's fucked up. That's so fucked up. That is absolutely not. And that's why I disagree with that sort of thing, and why
I don't think that's
this can be important.
The thing is, he's running away, and he didn't punch him, he didn't assault him, he didn't do any of, like, you could say like the gun was threatening, but he was running away. He was clearly disengaging from him. So that's not let's say if Rittenhouse was like engaged in full like Mortal Kombat with him, and then that's when he pulled out the gun and shot, then that's a totally different discussion. But he was running in the other direction.
So kind of like the George Zimmerman thing. It's closer to that because they were in like a scuffle.
But even George Zimmerman was like chasing down Trayvon, right?
Yeah, the George Zimmerman was directly told by like yo, like fucking like leave him alone, and then like continue, and that's when that happened. And I don't think it's really comparable.
Okay.
Yeah, there are nuances to it that I think are worth consideration. But when it comes to Portland, don't get me wrong, I think a riot is a bad thing. I legitimately think a riot is a bad thing. It's unbridled rage. I understand riots. I understand the language of a riot. So I can have a lot of sympathies while still being like, this is ultimately going to be a net bad. It went way too far. But I have never been more proud of Portland than over the past 3 years when they would have these big fucking crazy ass rallies with Proud Boys marching in there and all these far right fucking militia groups coming in fucking buses. And people are like, Antifa and BLM fought back. No, Portland fought back. Like, you see the fucking footage from those fucking counter protests and shit. You see 12,000 people marching down a street, something like 30 blocks long of a mob going to kick these people out of the city. That's not Antifa. That's not BLM. That's fucking Portland.
There was like those moms defending the ground. Like, had a bunch of Portland moms. Just like these 40, 50-somethings out there in the street. Like, nope. You had the damn stripper girl that was sitting there naked in the middle of the road creating a blockade. Like that was the city of Portland.
Little known fact,
love that shit.
Anyone who's never been to Portland, Portland is the exotic dancing capital of America.
There's more...
Really?
There's more strippers in Portland per capita than any other city in the United States.
During 2020, when everything was really shut down, it was shut down almost the entire year in Oregon, especially in the Portland area, like the county they're in. They set up outdoor drive-through strip clubs for people to drive through.
And I saw some of them had like gas masks. It looked like something from like Cyberpunk. But I do want to say that there's this distinct difference though between You going out there and smashing windows of local businesses, lighting stuff on fire, doing that, and you going out there and stopping others from doing that to your community, like the Proud Boys coming in and doing some stuff, or some other groups coming in and doing some stuff, right? Or stopping like some fascists from coming in. Those two things are totally different because one is in the defense of the community. The others, are you defending the community or are you just burning and smashing it up? It doesn't feel like a defense.
Yeah, you just trashing it. No, I agree because they like when they were having a lot of those up in Portland. They had some protests down here in Eugene. There were just some fucking anarchist kids, and they smashed up like Starbucks, and they smashed up like a Sprint store or something like that. That's stupid. You're not fucking helping anything.
They're probably just CIA
agents
dressed up as Antifa, right?
They're just fucking stupid kids going ape shit, you know? But like that's the problem is the language of the mob is not really a decipherable language that you can reason with. And it just doesn't work that way. So I legitimately believe in communities coming together, like what Eugene did when Eugene got kind of smashed up by that shit. Tons of people came out, helped those businesses, especially the local businesses, like clean everything up. Everything got paid for. Everything got picked up. Did it make it okay? No, but at the very least, like it's still kind of like a community thing. I don't know. I don't have a good answer for it, to be honest.
Let me respond something quick. Sorry, you want to go, man?
Oh, I was just gonna say, who was it? During 2020, during the daily protests in Portland, which organization was just grabbing people and throwing them into unmarked vans? Because we kept getting videos of that.
That was the FBI.
Yeah.
Feds.
Okay.
It was one that people would
Like
step
near the
onto
courthouse.
the courthouse property.
Okay.
When they step onto federal property, the feds just swoop them up, take them away.
That was craziness.
Yeah. Let me respond to something in chat. Somebody said that. Actually, I think of course it was George Soros. But stopping fascists from coming in where fascist is someone holding a different political view. Ew, Dylan, ew. I'm not saying like if somebody comes in, it's like I'm the local libertarian. It's like, okay, guys, we need to go like James Bond on their ass, or I just support Trump. I'm talking about organizations that are specifically built to come in and fuck up your community. We're talking about people like actual like Richard Spencer white nationalists. We're talking Charlottesville. We're talking like people like the Proud Boys. We're talking organizations built like that. Somebody like if it's just some weird political rally where people are gonna come over here say some weird like I don't know like lower the taxes or whatever. Like who cares? But organizations like the Proud Boys are built upon like structurally built upon violence. Like Gavin McInnes was very clear about this. This is totally different. I mean, you got to bring it back to Oswald Mosley and in Great Britain when Jews beat them back out of a Jewish community in Great Britain.
That one very, very specific assault on Portland where they had like fucking buses of people coming in. You saw like the hammer attacks and shit like that.
And Andy like tried to pretend that it was the other guy attacking with the hammer when it was the fascist comes in, starts attacking with the hammer, drops it, then counter protest picks it up and hits him back with it.
So you know what's really crazy, Dylan, is like, you know how I have like this whole unfortunate connection with Kekistan? You know who I used to work for?
Here it comes.
Oh boy.
No means
Andy
no.
I used to work for Andy No.
You used to work for Andy No.
Yeah, dude,
really?
I did videography for some of the talks that he would host at Portland State University. And he's in real life, he's a piece of shit. He's totally a piece of shit.
What a surprise.
I know. Who would have guessed, right? It's fucking weird.
Can I ask you a few questions about it?
Sure, yeah, go for it.
Okay, so does he just purposely like manipulate it? Like you could just see him like just taking the clips that are specifically showing only one side of the violence? Because from what I saw, there was audio released showing that he like had agreements with certain groups to be like, you know what, maybe I won't cover this, but I will cover this.
So I didn't get a chance to know him necessarily very much outside of the work that we did, and it was specifically for a kind of job that I was set there to do.
You were his secretary. You
wasn't his secretary.
You wore a pencil skirt and got him papers.
There were a few times where we were a bit social, but a lot of this too was right before he got really big in prominence. Is way before he got attacked too. But he had very, very specific opinions on certain groups. He was very laser focused on cultivating an audience out of the free thinkers of PSU, and then hooking up with other media outlets, specifically the enlightened, centrist, like intellectual dark web people. So I never saw him directly manipulate anything except for what is obvious and has been proven because he's a lying piece of shit.
Oh.
Yeah, pretty much the most personal thing that ever happened between me and Andy is he very drunkenly flirted with me. And I'll be honest, I kind of flirted back a little bit too. I was pretty trash.
Jeff, you're a flirt slut. You flirt with everybody.
I do. I flirt with.
Is he queer?
Yes.
Oh, Andy, no. Yes, he is a full-blown gay man. Yes.
Is he openly queer?
Yes. We're not outing him at all. No.
Jeff, you can't just out every alt-right person like I try to do. I've been trying to out Nick Fuentes for so long. I'm just waiting until
Lolly Socks is based in Red Pill.
I'm just waiting until it's true.
We're gonna switch up here. I wanted to play this Alex Jones thing. Did you see this?
Oh.
He talks about how he lost all of his defamation cases.
Before we move on,
Lost literally all of them. Sweet.
Yep.
With the Kyle Rittenhouse thing, before we move on, I just want to wrap up saying this is a gross showing of white privilege. That we're talking about Kyle Rittenhouse's case and these white victims. Nobody's bringing up the Ahmaud Arbery case.
Yeah, that's actually a really good point. Actually,
I agree,
because that was literally a fucking lynching. Like that was just like out and out like a lynching in the street where a bunch of people came up, saw a black man, just assumed that he committed a crime, and then fucking blasted him while he was jogging. That is like a textbook lynching. And then anti-lynching legislation is proposed, and guess what party shot it down? Is that, I mean, I don't want to, you know what, I won't say it out loud. I don't want to embarrass any party in particular.
Was it the emergency pizza party?
It was a Green Party, surprisingly. Of course.
I just noticed your hoodie too. Allah bless America.
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
I like it. No, there's nothing wrong with it.
Allah bless America.
You spelled Allah wrong.
Is it spelled wrong?
No, it's not.
Oh, I spelled it wrong. Sorry.
I paid good money for this hoodie. I hope it's not spelled wrong.
You know, I have a lot of people I know, a lot of great people, a lot of good people texting me right now.
That's like a Trumpism.
A lot of good people I know.
Yeah, I know a lot of people, a lot of good people, a lot of great people.
A lot of great
people. One of
people.
them's a very well-known podcaster just here in the break.
One of them's hung like a goddamn stallion.
We know the inside baseball on this. You should respond to the big national news story that they're pumping out on every channel, every newspaper, from Japan to Germany to the United States. You know, tens of thousands of articles are being posted. Alex Jones found...
Who the fuck does this with all the papers on the desk? Like, can't he just not have a laptop?
Right. Everyone else does.
Or like an iPad or something.
He probably doesn't know how to use one.
Nah, I definitely know how to use a laptop. They're not going to let me have one ever since they found all that weird porn on my browser.
Oh, did you remember when he got caught for looking at trans porn?
T-girls, yeah, no, I love them.
Another weird porn thing that happened was the lawyers of the people who sued him for this whole thing that he just lost said that he sent them, or someone from InfoWars sent them CP on with evidence.
What?
That's right. Oh my god,
Yeah.
I fucking forgot about that.
Yeah, and he did that whole meltdown where he's like, I like women with big ass titties. You're the pedophile.
God, I'm gonna try and find that.
Are you
shit. That
fucking
was so
kidding?
good.
Did that actually
It
happen?
actually happened.
Yes. And his lawyer was sitting next to him, looking at him like, no, you're not. Like, you're not talking about this right now.
Yeah, it was nuts.
Oh my god.
So that's why he doesn't have a laptop on his desk. He can't be trusted with it.
So do you think that under all the paperwork is just porn? The trans porn?
See, I don't know. I think he might have at most a couple of coloring book pages and some crayons. And that's how much they trust him with.
Oh,
My
yeah,
God.
yeah. Here's the
Wait,
news
please
story.
send me. Yeah, can we look at the news story quick? Because that's like a big just thing to kind of just throw out there, you know?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Child prawn found in documents Alex Jones sent to lawyers of Sandy Hook family's court filing says Jones denies any knowledge of the images, and InfoWars describes the emails as a malware attack attempting to embed child prawn on their servers.
Oh my God.
Listen, I've done some dumb shit on the internet, but I've never done anything that fucking stupid.
Swear to God, no, it's not me.
He's really saying they planted the child porn?
Yeah, no, I was looking at a T-Girl website, and they had one of those dialers that downloaded on my 56K modem and called to Malaysia. Sent back some troublesome images. Not my fault. Then they sent it, right? They sent it to the lawyers.
Yes.
Dude, can I just say, it has been a string of right-wingers, and I'm not saying this proves anything on Alex, but I'm just saying there's been a string of right-wingers being outed for pedo shit recently, man. Matt Gaetz being the most explosive one, obviously, but it's just been like a string, man.
Was the Matt Gaetz
And it's like,
thing...
and it's weird because it's always the people that like are the most like, we need to stop these Hollywood pedo-wood Democrat filing the children under in the tunnel. they always seem to be like the biggest pedos.
Was the Matt Gaetz thing the one where he was buying the young prossies with
Yep, 17-year-old with Joel Greenberg. Joel Greenberg, the person who basically did a cryptocurrency scam out of a government office, made all their employees bring guns to the office, bought drones with government money, was doing a huge identity theft scam, and was also sex trafficking with Matt Gaetz. Yes.
And he was using the money from their campaign to pay off the girls. Is that how it worked out?
To be clear, he was a tax official, by the way. I'm not like I sounds like I'm describing somebody with immense power. He was a tax official, and he somehow did all this shit.
Guilty by judge. That's a judge totally abusing their discretion, absolutely engaging in what I would say is fraud, saying that we didn't give them information. They defaulted us mainly for saying that
too much
the accounting firm, it's a well-known, respected accounting firm, gave them, they demanded our financial records, which you wouldn't think you'd get in a civil defamation case. It shouldn't be about what I said or did.
I mean, but then you got to pay up when you lose. So
and so I said, no, just give it to them. They're planning to default us, and I want to make them do it all the way. And then they just said, this isn't your real finances. We said, well, you can't prove a negative. I mean, it is. And they said, well, it's not a QuickBooks file. It's a spreadsheet. And I talked to like 4 accountants, different accounting firms about this. And they said, this is fraud. And we talked to all these accounting firms. They said, yeah, you can't give somebody a QuickBook account because a QuickBook account's a database. It goes back to the beginning of our QuickBooks over 20 years ago.
You want to know when someone's peddling bullshit? You want to know when someone's peddling bullshit? Well, I talked to this guy, and this guy said, and there's this, instead of here's the article here or here's the source here. Well, I talked to this guy, told me this thing, and so I'm cool, and it's all their fault. And that's why when I lose every single fucking case in the world, it's actually them.
Yeah, he's gonna
the
try
more
to make
cases
it sound,
I lose, the better I am.
He's gonna try to make it sound like it was some weird technicality, and that's why he lost.
From this date,
so he's already lost a couple of them like already. The one that he recently lost, if I might be totally mistaken on this, so don't quote this as gospel. Like the judge in the case basically asked for proof. It didn't actually have anything to do with financials. He asked for proof that that it was like a false flag, and because it doesn't exist and he couldn't do it, he just defaulted, and that's why he ruled the way he ruled. Like, you can't just manifest something that just doesn't exist, you know. But Alex always says he has the papers. He says he's got the documents.
You know,
right
I
here.
have to
Couldn't manifest those ones.
This is a way more entertaining video that I'm about to switch to. Like, we know he's gonna. This is all bullshit. I have to play his reaction to the news story that he sent the CP because it is so good.
I'm so more invested in him being a pedophile now. Possibly.
We're not sure that it had anything linked to him, right? It could have been.
Yeah, it could have been anybody.
We don't know.
It could have been planted by the Russians.
This stuff was sent from his people to the lawyers of the Sandy Hook families. That's what the child.
Yeah. Maybe it was one of his staff members, or maybe it was the lawyers, or maybe it could have been anyone involved. But you know, that stuff doesn't just end up there. You know, I'd never just open my phone and was like, damn it, the child porn got in there again somehow.
No, because I don't want to get demonetized on YouTube, can we refer to it in the future as chilled prawns?
Okay, when you say CP, right? CP?
I like chilled prawns.
How about Club Penguin?
Reminds me of cocktail shrimp.
I can do Club Penguin. I'll do Club Penguin.
Club Penguin. The club. Your Honor.
Poll's closed. Go ahead, play it.
All right, here it is. He goes right into it. I love this opening.
I like women with big, giant tits and big asses. I don't like kids like you goddamn rapists, F-heads.
Oh, and by the way, this is edited so well, too.
In fact, like this. You fucks are gonna get it, you fucking child molesters. I'll fucking get you in the end, you fucks. Now, we're done right there. I know I should delete it on radio. Probably still went out. I don't care. You're trying to set me up with child porn. I'm going to get your ass $1 million. $1 million.
Wait, okay. Pause. If he gets their ass, that's an improvement from child ass. So, moving up in the world.
Whoa. I like women with big old stinking tits. Big old droop noodles. I like to choke back on their gigantic areolas. I don't want children. That's for you liberals.
You're a bunch of lolly lovers. Like, yeah.
Little gang member. $1 million to put your head on a pike. $1 million, bitch.
Is this like a bounty? Is he putting a bounty out there?
Is he putting a bounty out there? Hey.
I'm going to get your ass. You understand me now?
You understand me now?
You're not going to ever defeat Texas, you sacks of shit.
Texas
so you get
Maggie.
ready for that. Now, I don't usually use French, but I'm pissed right
now. Wait. This isn't Texas. It's not Texas that's getting accused of some weird child porn shit or defamation around Sandy Hook. It ain't the state of Texas, okay? That's all you, okay? Don't pin this on Texas.
Now, Norm Pattis, you take over this segment the next. I apologize.
This is his lawyer.
His lawyer looks like he just got done smoking weed with Paul Heyman.
Nice.
Oh my gosh.
My use of French here, but I'm really pissed right now. And
I get that.
With this goddamn bullshit anymore. 1 million! 1 million!
But listen to me. I'm your lawyer, and it would behoove you to listen from time to time. You don't ever want to create an interest in the outcome in a potential witness.
He kind of looks like, what is it, Harold Ramis? A little bit?
A little.
Yeah, he looks kind of like Harold Ramis. Yeah.
No, I'm here.
I'm gonna.
Wait. I got some breaking news on this actually. I'm being told that apparently the lawyer's assistant was Matt Gaetz. Wow, that explains this, doesn't it?
Oh, wow.
Million! Because we all know who did it. You think I won't pay 1 million?
I didn't say that. I just don't want you to create an interest in the outcome of a person who testifies, because they now have there is a contingent interest in telling.
Well, then why does law enforcement give bounties?
That's different than having a contingent interest.
No.
I want to focus on the.
He's probably getting paid so much.
No. I know the law better than you.
Please don't go to prison, please.
Right.
They sent me child.
I want to focus on the issue that got you angry.
Is the lawyer getting paid that much? Have you seen his haircut?
There's so many long-haired lawyers for some reason.
Have you seen the outcomes of all the cases?
Well,
like this lawyer,
he's still getting paid by the hour.
Maybe. I don't think he's getting paid that much.
Great issue.
Dude, if I was, can I be honest? If I was getting accused of like this, I had no clue this was a thing.
Yeah.
And I guess like a lot of us like forgot about it. Him covering it does nothing but blast it more. If I was accused of some random stuff like this that wasn't true, I wouldn't cover it or just be like, oh, this is just a do nothing sort. Don't worry about it. I'd do something like that. This over the top reaction, which people are gonna go watch because people only watch Alex Jones that are normal and like actually functioning human beings with more than 2 brain cells going bouncing around their head like a fucking like a bell, right?
Yeah.
Those people only watch when he acts like this. So all he's doing is dragging attention to him possibly being a pedo.
In 25 years.
Oh wow, that's good. That's super good. Did you guys see? There was another famous case that was happening just recently, and there's a white dude with fucking bleached white dreadlocks. Does anybody in any of the chats? Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Because I want to find it. It's fucking amazing. Somebody has to be as painfully terminally online as I am.
It's people, Chris and Maddie. Let's zoom in on Chris Maddie. Oh, nice.
That zoom.
Chris Maddie.
Whoa.
What a good American. What a good boy. You think you'll put on me. Boy. Anyways, I'm done. Total war. You want it, you got it.
Is he? I'm done. Total war. You want it, you got it. I think I'm done would have been the part where you stop. Then declaring total war is telling me you're not exactly done.
I'm not into kids like your Democratic Party, you cocksuckers. So get ready. Anyways, you're my defense lawyer. The point is, I'm not putting up with these guys anymore, man, and their behavior, because I'm not an idiot. They literally went right in there and found this hidden stuff. Oh, my God.
Could you imagine if Kyle Rittenhouse did this, but with his defense lawyer on a live stream before the trial? And he was just acting like this is the defense lawyer tries to talk him down. Like, you want to know my real opinions on that CVS audio? Like, please stop. Just I couldn't imagine anybody doing this. It's so, dude, it blows me away every time.
They're my friends. Oh, we want to protect you now, Alex. Oh, you're not going to get in trouble for what we found. F you, man. F you to hell. I pray God not anybody, any else. God visit vengeance upon you in the name of Jesus Christ and all the saints. I pray for divine intervention against the powers of Satan. I literally would never have sex with children. I don't like having sex with children. I would never have sex with children.
Whoa.
How do you know you don't like it?
Guys,
how do you know you don't
I've
like it?
never had that coffee that comes out of the civet. The
poop coffee?
The rat poop coffee that costs $130 a cup. I've never had that. Having never had it, I would never say I don't like that coffee.
Oh shit, you're right. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
not to
amazing.
mention, that's not even the accusation. The accusation is that there was child porn.
I know.
which is
Yeah.
different. So he made it even worse.
Yeah, my guy's going over the top, protesting too much.
Yeah, that's fucking amazing. And like, what has to happen now, effectively, is that like these families have now a clear path to just sue Alex Jones into absolute financial fucking ruin, which they should, because it's totally fucked up what happened. But
To be
he's
clear,
gonna fight
the
him
child,
everywhere.
the families of the children lost to Sandy Hook, not the family of the child who was preyed upon in the pictures, probably on, possibly on his phone.
Look, guys, we got to throw this
Correct.
entire Sandy Hook case out. I wouldn't even found about this if I wasn't searching for children getting slayed online.
How many victims approximately were there in the Sandy Hook shooting?
I wasn't like 16.
So could they all sue
I thought
Alex
it was a lot
Jones?
more. I thought it was a lot more than that, dude. I think it was a lot more. Holy shit! Let me look it up. I thought it was like 30 fucking people. Here, I got it right here. It's a lot. 28 deaths.
Damn.
28 deaths, and I think it was something. I think there's only like 3 adults. I'm looking for it right now.
28, including the shooter.
Yes, 28 including the shooter. And it looks like there were let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them were adults. And then Adam Lanza, so 8. So that looks like that looks like 20 children.
Yeah,
that's
20
fucking terrible.
children.
Yeah, that's absolutely terrible. So also the lawyer that I was talking about,
Could you imagine having another opinion on a shooting like that? Like you hear there's 20 dead kids, and the first thing in your mind is, can we look at this from an alternate perspective?
right. Let's, to be fair.
Oh shit, my bad.
Fair.
Sorry.
Wait. So I did find that lawyer that I was talking about.
sent-
He's the lawyer. I sent it to you. It's the lawyer of an MMA fighter that actually did the sedition on January 6th, an MMA fighter who stormed the Capitol, and his lawyer is something else.
This is the lawyer?
Yes. Look at that
that's
bow
the fucking
tie.
lawyer.
Is this one of
I thought that was Roger Stone for a second.
this like if Roger Stone got a reggae record deal? This looks like
Who is
something
that
out of the
wo-
Matrix.
Who was that woman who there was that like transracial? Rachel Dolezal. This
Rachel
looks like
Dolezal.
if Roger Stone went through like a Rachel Dolezal phase.
It also looks like
yeah.
it also looks like he was in a boxing match with Mike Tyson at one point because his ear looks like it was all chewed up.
We
my
could go
God.
with the
Look at that
Prodigy
ear.
Boys.
That ear is mangled. He's got a mangled ear.
Yeah, he probably got attacked by a dog because the dog thought he was a stack of sausages.
Well, I think that he's more aware of the divisiveness and the willingness of certain news outlets to serve and cater to an agenda rather than absolute truth.
You think this guy played Yu-Gi-Oh as an adult? Like, there's something off about him, and I got to figure out what it is.
That's some wild ass.
More
shit.
maybe a Bakugan guy.
Maybe.
Mr. Fairline.
Yeah, the hair definitely doesn't match the rest of his style overall.
Like, you've seen that movie
No.
Dinner for Schmucks?
Yes.
This guy's getting an invite.
He's
You
got
know it.
like Ben Franklin glasses.
Bifocals?
I don't know what he thinks of Donald Trump right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like a woman that mysteriously died off in a David Lynch show has now come back as a lawyer until it's revealed that she didn't die off, right?
Yeah.
This doesn't look like a real human to me.
He's done a lot of really crazy shit. His name's Harley Breet.
So what's he known for mostly?
Doing a lot of like really okay. Oh my god, fuck. Just a lot of weird ass fucking crazy shit here. I got this. Oh my god, holy shit. Hang on, I got this. I gotta send it to Ben.
Okay.
He's just done like a lot of really weird like high profile shenanigans and shit. And that's just a fantastic picture. That'll kind of.
There's no way he's tall.
Oh my god, the T-shirt. Holy
shit.
Yeah,
dude, please put that up. Please put that up. This is the same
He's
fucking
eccentric.
guy.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Put that
Look at those
bag
pants.
away.
Yeah, holy.
Somebody
nice
call
car though. Nice
what?
car.
That's not a nice car.
That is a nice car.
That's
What?
that's a okay.
That is a nice car.
That's a little dick car. That's a baby dick car. This guy's got two thick ass balls and a little tiny wanger propped up on them. This is weird behavior. Oh. If you have to wear a shirt that says "I fuck your girlfriend," it's because my girlfriend left it on the floor of your fucking house.
There's a midlife crisis, and then there's a midlife genocide. Okay, and this well, there you go.
How did he get the dreadlocks? And now he looks like this looks like some alternate reality Doc Brown.
He's wearing purple Chuck Taylors with red laces.
Yeah, there's problems with the. I can't stop looking at his junk.
Why?
Why? Do you not see the junk? There's a freaking infusion line.
I don't have to keep looking at
There's
it.
There's an infusion line and the neon pants drawing right up to the junk. There's literally a trail on the map that ends with X marks the spot for the bungee beanbag.
You might not like it, but this is what peak lawyer looks like, okay?
Yeah, I can see where the peaking is coming from.
All right. Yeah, I'm glad I took the picture off the screen.
Thank you.
Yeah, I helped you out.
This is the same guy.
Yeah.
This guy here is that same guy.
Yeah, it's the same guy.
Weird world in which we live in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now we're going to start our next segment. It's called Antagonism. Here it goes.
Amazing.
Oh, don't touch me. Don't touch me. Yeah, they're going to touch me.
Just today I was watching on stream the Gazi Kodzo video where he went to Jesse Lee Peterson's studio.
I love that one. Did you see?
It's one of my favorites.
Did you see JLP's reaction when I asked him about that?
No. I well, probably, but
we had yeah. So there was a leaked video of an interview that Jesse Lee Peterson did with Gazi Kodzo, and it never aired. Gazi leaked video that his people took while he was there at JLP's studio. And then we had JLP on like a month later, and I asked him about it, and he got really weird about it, and he left shortly after I even brought it up.
Yeah, probably because.
What did he say about it?
Well, he was like,
he was bringing up some personal stuff for sure.
Well, yeah, Gazi Kodzo was talking about
like your kids,
JLP's kids not wanting anything to do with him.
Yeah,
and then JLP was like, he was like. Yeah, I don't know. I think he talked to like one of the guys in the background. He was like, Jamie, do we know? Was that one guy was in here? Was it that one guy? I don't know.
He was acting like he didn't know who he was.
Yeah. Gazi basically started just like aggressively attacking straight at Jesse Lee Peterson, being like, why is it that your former wife doesn't want anything to do with you? Why is that your kids won't even have the same last name as you? Why don't they want any help from you? Did you pay your child support? Did you do this? Did you do that? Like, just fucking came
and
out
Jesse
of
Lee Peterson's like, get him out of here. Like,
it was savage.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Brutal, man.
Wow.
It's totally brutal. Let them fight.
Let them fight. I've got Wild Bill for America. This video is called A Hero Named Kyle.
The Antifa thugs thought 17-year-old Kyle Rittenhouse would be an easy kill. They learned what the Second Amendment brings to the game.
Here, I'll set up right here where the ocean drowns me out. That'll work.
They learn what the Second Amendment brings to the game. Yeah, they should have known better than to charge a guy with a gun.
Americans have been horrified as Antifa burned cities.
Pause for a second. You can see his boom mic at the top of the screen.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
This is a professional operation.
He's a professional boomer.
Black Lives Matter assassinated our police officers. And we were doubly horrified as Democrat mayors ordered law enforcement officers to stand by and not do their jobs to stop the violent criminals. As a 20-year lawman, I was outraged that American cops would obey such illegal orders. But many Americans had the courage to step up and say, not in my country will such things be tolerated. 17-year-old Kyle Rittenhouse was one of them. He went to the scene of the case.
Can I say something pretty spicy?
Yes.
Okay. I really, really, really am in favor of genetic engineering and cloning because I think that we need to bring back Chris Dorner. We need like a Chris Dorner in every city. Can we do that? Can we just do that? Is that too spicy?
I'm not sure who that is.
I thought I was just too young to know what that means, but
well, anybody who does know, they'll respond in the chat.
Okay. I think we need a Phoenix Jones in every city.
Can't corner the
Oh my God, that's an old one.
Chaos to see if he could do some good. And we all saw what happened. The Antifa thugs, looking to spill blood, thought young Kyle would be an easy kill. They got him separated from the group and yelling, "Kill him! Kill him!"
Wait, pause it. They got him separated from the group. How did they do that? Did they like get like somebody with like a snake charmer's like flute, and he just like was hypnotized away from the rest of the people? Like, as far as I know, he did that of his own like free will.
Yeah, he went there as like an extracurricular activity.
Chased him down, knocked him down to the ground, bashed him in the head, and aimed a gun at him. But Kyle...
Oh, you got the cough. You got the cough, Bill.
Uh-oh.
Legitimately fearing for his life, opened fire with his AR-15, killing two of his attackers and wounding the man who pointed the gun at him. I saw the video of the attack, and there is no doubt in my mind that Kyle Rittenhouse defended himself according to the law. He committed no crime, but he's on trial for murder, prosecuted by the Democrat Party. The Democrat Party.
By the Democrat Party.
You know, if you look at the case files, it says Kyle Rittenhouse versus Nancy Pelosi. That's actually the official case file. It's crazy. Yeah.
It's crazy too. Like I do believe that the judge is a little bit more biased towards Kyle than he should be. You know, I do read it kind of that way, but not in like in a crazy way that a lot of people have felt. And also, I think a lot of it is too because he was appointed by a Democrat. You know, like there are multi levels to it. But yeah, like it's not like the Democrats are actually trying to like hang Kyle Rittenhouse. That's ridiculous.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Do you think if Kyle wins, that he'll go on the Joe Rogan podcast?
Oh yeah, within like 4 days.
I feel like it'll be more like Newsmax.
Within 10 years, he will run for Senate. I guarantee you.
I don't know about that. I think a lot of people are assuming a lot of somebody who's 18. We have no clue, I think, honestly. I don't know. I see a lot of people saying he's going to run for this, he's going to be probably. And like people saying it with like a lot of certainty. Like he's 18. Like, I don't know. He might want to be a firefighter. Who knows what he wants to do? He might be still into trains. Who knows?
Yeah.
He could if he wanted to.
Oh, dude, wouldn't it be cool if he ended up being like just one of those weird YouTube foamers and he spends the rest of his life like freaking out about trains? Have you seen foamer videos?
I have no clue what that is.
Okay, well, it's at some point like people should look up what a foamer is and like foamer videos. People like freaking out over trains. I think that would be the most wholesome outcome for Kyle Rittenhouse. Spends his days happily freaking out about trains. Let's do that.
Someone in chat just told me who Chris Dormer was. I just want to say I denounce you in every way, and I want to separate myself from you.
And provides funding for their violent, murderous crimes. Antifa thugs are the brown shirts of the Democrat Party. And the Democrat Party ignores the crimes of their Antifa thugs.
By the way, the Nazi comparisons from people that are on the right are very strange. I actually responded today. Today, Tim Pool posted a video of police in Austria checking vaccination identification on people, and he was like, "The Nazis are back." And
wow.
I responded to him. I'm like, "Are they hiding behind the police officers enforcing the law?" Because yeah. The Nazis.
I don't know. I feel I mean like if we know anything about the Nazis is that first it all started with them enforcing medical consensus. Yeah. And it was just a downfall. It was a downhill flight from there.
True. That's true. Yeah, I wrote my PhD on that actually. Yeah.
I have this other thing. It's this other weird podcast that always has these weird conspiracy theories with kind of a slant to the right. And this one, they're going to talk about how the Travis Scott incident, the tragedy at the concert that occurred, happened because of 5G.
Oh my God! And I have one for you too, by another person actually, a Newsmax host who said it was by China actually. So I'll send you that afterwards.
Okay.
China.
Joined now by Tina Griffin, the counterculture mom. Tina,
this guy.
She's the counterculture mom.
How you doing this week?
I'm gonna have a little bit of a heart attack.
Wait, these are the same two who are very angry about gay Superman, right?
Yes.
Yes, I remember this. Yes.
And the guy on the left is almost definitely gay.
Story. I'm doing great, but I just have a pit in the stomach regarding the state of our country for our kids.
Yeah, this is a particularly sad story.
Yeah, that's your entire existence is some what about the children shit. Literally.
All right, talk to us about Astro World. What is Astro World and what happened?
Well, Travis Scott, who is a rapper, he says he's demon possessed. There are tons of pictures on the internet. Teens are waking up. When you cover one eye, you're working for the Illuminati. He was speaking or singing at Astro.
Yeah. They always see weird symbolism that isn't really there.
Yeah, I mean, if I know anything, if I've learned anything, is that the most Illuminati-tied organization has always been pirates.
I literally tattooed it on the back of my fucking hand. God damn it! So I can fucking do that shit.
I always thought, like, because I'm active in politics and I'm planning on running for office, I always thought about getting like a tiny like Illuminati tattoo somewhere that's a little difficult to see, like maybe like at the top of my ankle. So every once in a while, I'll like wear very short socks so people can see it, and just watching it freak out on the internet.
Didn't you work for a few campaigns for some Congress people?
I ran the campaign for my city's mayor, Patrick Wohan, first gay mayor in our city's history. I was a foreign policy advisor to 2 congressional campaigns. I worked on the Mike Gravel campaign. I did union organizing. I've been elected official technically. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
That's dope, man. That's super dope.
Yeah. See, DP raised some good kids.
Yeah. I was watching Jim Ass and I was like, you know what? This has inspired me to get involved in political activism.
I love it. Jim Ass is a good man. Jim Ass is a damn good man.
I was like, yes, we need to improve our education system.
Yeah, there was one time where me and Jeff were blackout drunk and we depended on Jim Ass to get us home.
We did. Yeah. Oh my fucking God, dude. That fucking night was fucked.
Yeah.
That was so fun. Like, because we all three went to a fucking a smaller like wrestling event.
Yeah.
And I was done. I was done. It was so loud, so annoying.
It was called 3-2-1 Battle, but Aubrey from AEW was the referee for it. Because she's from Seattle, so she was working even at this indie fed at the time too.
And like in retrospect, it was actually pretty cool, but I don't know. I was just in a fucking mood where I'm like, dude, I just want to fucking drink. So me, Ben, and Jim Ass end up in this fucking bar, and me and Ben, dude, what were we doing that got us so fucked up that
Being
Jim Ass like
who we are?
He literally had to babysit us and get us home. It was so fucked up. I love Jim Ass. He's amazing.
Yeah. Pretty insane.
A huge concert, 2-day event in Houston several days ago, and the mainstream media is claiming that 8 lives were lost and more than 300 people were injured. That is not the case. We're going to talk about that today. He is dating Kylie Jenner, who was also present. Mainstream media is blasting out this following story, Dr. Duke, and why I'm very irked.
Billy's been gone a really long time, and I am not going into that bathroom for at least a day. I'm just pointing that out.
Did he have Chipotle again?
people in attendance. The outdoor event quickly turned deadly as the crowd began to surge forward and people started.
We may have effed for a second here. All right, it's coming back. It's back.
The text that said the following: Fox News is lying. It wasn't just 8 people that died. Mohit Bilani, whose cousin is currently in the hospital on a ventilator and is bleeding with no brain activity. Mohit said once one person fell, people started toppling like dominoes. It was like a sinkhole.
Yeah, cool. Can we hear about the... All right, here we go. This is where they give their dumb...
Well, that's interesting. You mentioned that he believes he's demon-possessed, this particular rapper. Give me a little information on that, and then we'll show you a video. But
that's the really important thing here.
He's demon-possessed.
Yeah.
Not the dead kids.
No, and God definitely didn't cause the dead kids. Only Satan causes bad things. God, only good things. Even though God created Satan.
Devil bad. That's just how it works.
Yeah.
What kind of demonic possession does he claim?
Well, this is what I want to tell you. It's mostly through the symbolism besides him saying in interviews and pictures that he shows and shares with him covering one eye with the Illuminati. This is the pictures and symbolism from the actual concert. Okay, all concert goers had to pass through a skull on the way to the stadium. Several people died in a major stampede. We just saw that on the way to the venue. It was an absolute chaotic scene. Scott kicked off the show standing in front of a fiery, hellish mountain while...
You mean pyrotechnics? It's not hellish.
I feel bad because the only thing I know about Travis Scott is like he had a McDonald's meal or something. Like I didn't even realize that like he was a musician until like this whole thing happened where people died.
He had a Fortnite concert.
I am an old at this point. I don't. Yeah, no, I'm an old. Put me at the pasture.
Send you to a farm upstate, right?
That's right. Yeah, beautiful property.
I've been holding it for so long, and now he's back. So now, yes.
Oh man, how you doing, buddy?
I've been
feeling good.
I've been good.
Okay.
So
I'm gonna take this opportunity because I'm gonna have to bounce here in a minute for a prior obligation, but I'm very happy to get a chance to talk to you, Dylan. I am. Oh no, you were gonna go too. You were gonna go to the bathroom.
Yeah, bathroom. But say what you're gonna say.
I wanted to thank you because I watched the latest. I think it was the latest Hippy Dippy podcast. Talking about Rittenhouse. Thank you so much for introducing the world to Hake. Because holy shit, dude. Holy shit. I went and I was watching his live show today while I was on stream. And I remember watching the Hippy Dippy podcast. I'm like, this dude sounds like Jesse Lee Peterson, but with like bumper lanes.
Yeah, he works for him.
I didn't realize that when I'm listening to it. I'm like, this is Jesse Lee Peterson with like the bumper lanes installed, right? And then I watch his actual podcast, and it says Jesse Lee Peterson on his microphone. I'm like, holy fuck, dude! What the? Oh my god!
My favorite moment was was when I got to ask the follow-up question about when you say men of logic, does that mean they have to be men? Of course.
Yeah, of course, and they can't be men of the fallen state. They can't be betas.
What is communism? Evil.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Yes. Thank you so much, Hake. Appreciate you. It's incredible. Yeah,
Beta.
That's some good shit.
So.
But yeah, for sure. All right, well, Billy. So, what's latest in the world of the Mr. the Fridge?
Oh, me specifically, I just spent about 15 minutes doing a deep cleanse. So since
a
then,
deep cleanse.
Yeah. I've had I feel about 15 pounds lighter.
Was it like one of those? Was it like one of those guru cleanses? Did you like talk to an alternative healer? Is it like somebody that I've had on my fucking channel or some shit?
I'd say it was a little more goo, a little less roo. But
well, in the absence of you to keep us under control, what else are we gonna do?
You're talking about your poo poo.
Yeah, it felt like a Travis Scott concert down there. Something was stomping on my colon.
Oh my god!
Oh my fucking god! That is
everybody
terrible.
who's watching right now on both platforms. Feel free to give us a like. If you watch videos over on YouTube, feel free to come over to our channel and subscribe. And we do have a Twitch also. So, yeah, you can check that out, too.
So it's looking like I'm not going to be able to watch that Elizabeth April video with you because I got to bounce here in like
I try to
5 minutes.
get through things, but we get like stuck on one thing for a long time, which is
I've
fine.
been having a lot, dude. I've been having a really, really good fucking time.
Oh, yeah, it's a great time.
Really, really good time. Yeah. It's been a fucking blast.
I'm thinking the two.
You guys are dimming my political career, but besides that, this has been fun.
That's what this is great.
Sorry about that. I'm not sure.
Look, hey, as long as you didn't submit a video to I Am Kekistan video, you're gonna be fine. You're gonna be fine. It's okay.
So, Jeff, I need your opinion on this. Dylan, I'd like your opinion on this. Ben, as always, I respect your opinion the most. Next album, I'm kicking around some names. I haven't recorded anything for it yet, so don't get your hopes up, everybody at home. But I'm thinking either Smile Rittenhouse or Travesty Scott. Which one's better?
Ooh, I'm gonna go Travesty Scott. It sounds better, even though Smile Rittenhouse, like, yeah, no, I think it's got to be. I think it's got to be Travesty Scott.
Travesty Scott seemed a little too doomer though. That's why I went with the Smile Rittenhouse option because smiling is positive.
I feel like I can't win here, so I'm just gonna go with Travesty Scott because I feel like I'll get in less trouble with that answer.
Okay.
That's true. It's good. Good answer. Good answer.
Screaming Phoenix says vile shit in trousers. That's not a bad one.
Shit in
That's
trousers.
actually pretty fucking good. Yeah, that's pretty badass.
How about Pinwheel 2? The pinwheeling.
I don't think that's appropriate for this conversation. We've been having a very respectful political talk up until this moment.
Yeah, absolutely.
Read the room, Ben.
Honestly, we're sweet boys. We're
Yeah.
sweet boys who do sweet things, and if we accidentally do a hate crime, like, it's not on purpose. It's just an oopsie. It's an oopsie doopsie. Oopsie poopsie. I mean, it's not like Betty. It's not like we shot anybody. You know?
Pretty sure by the time the album comes out, those memes will be dead. Yeah.
Why couldn't you like accidentally start like a movement for healthcare or some shit? Why did it have to be Kekistan?
It was okay. I gotta let you know before I go. This is the main thing I gotta communicate across. The whole thing happened as a total fucking accident. I got called and I was drunk as fuck. It was Friday night. And I got into a Skype call with a bunch of different creators, and they're like, "Hey, man, we got this really fucking funny idea."
This is Carl.
Yeah, he was one of them. He was one of them.
Carl.
There was 7 people in this call, and we all kind of collectively got together, and we built up this stupid like D&D almost style idea of a persecuted nation. It was supposed to be a centrist idea, and it was legitimately funny at the time. And then it went really fucking south. Every single other person that was in that call never had a fucking thing to do with it again after that. I tried to save it and be like, no, we're not racist. And then suddenly I'm like holding a giant steaming pile of shit. And I was like, okay.
Well, why the Nazi flag though? I mean, it's like the flag.
That was the point. The point was very specifically to basically take an object of veneration on the right hand side, like the far right, and take it and turn it into something else. Like,
but how do you feel about the fact that it was mostly just basically 15-year-olds with green Nazi flags walking around by the end of it?
Right, and it did not translate at all. It did not come through. The parody of it, the concept of that, did not come through at all. Like not even an ounce. Not even an ounce. Nobody got it. Nobody fucking got it.
Dude, you take more blame for this, or do you think Carne of Assad takes more blame for this?
Dude, fucking Carl has never owned up to any of the stupid shit that he's done. I think it's fucking hilarious. I think the whole thing is fucking hilarious, and I mean, I'm gonna get jokes made about it like for the rest of my life, but like whatever. I still think it's kind of funny. And I got to say that I was in a documentary with Jordan Peterson.
No honor is higher to man.
I'm in a documentary with all the Wu-Tang Clan. Like that's That's pretty good, right?
I guess so. It is what
Well,
it
most
is.
of the
you know?
Wu-Tang Clan.
The Wu-Tang what?
The Wu-Tang Clan. You know, the successors of the Ku Klux. No, come on. Come on. We all know. Shaolin, come on.
Nah, that's just old people stuff.
It is old people stuff. I'm sorry.
That's what he's saying. Jeff's trying to pretend he wasn't genuinely a reactionary skeptic back in the day. Of course I was. I followed the fucking trends, dude. I followed the trends. I was into it. Like, that's how you got the fucking clicks, the views and shit. Yeah, man. Of course I was. Of fucking course I was. You fucking think for a minute I'm not gonna own that shit? Of course I was. And then I stopped because it was gross.
I will say
anyway,
this, Jeff. You maybe picked the right time to stop, because I met you and you were hot in it, and people who meet me,
who was he with when you met him?
Their careers tend to stumble after meeting me. I have a long list of bodies down from great people I've met who just fell apart after meeting me. I'm like I'm like a Jay Buddha statue.
I'm hearing this information now.
Sorry, Dylan.
It happened to me too.
On my way. Yeah. We're all in that Billy the Fridge downslide.
He had to throw his pee on someone, and it went downhill for me after that.
It was a nice piss, though.
DP fam, I love you guys. You're fantastic. Dylan, is really nice to meet you. Dylan's fan base. Hi, everybody. Bye. Don't judge me too hard. Love you guys. I'll talk to you later.
Bye, Jeff. I'm going to judge Jeff really hard now that he's gone.
Yeah. I'm silently judging him.
I just have nothing to judge him for. I'm over here trying to think of things to judge him on. I guess that haircut.
Should I play Spexo? Or
yeah.
what? Yeah?
Yeah. I'm sure this will be good.
All right. So we'll play some Spexo is a Nick Fuentes fanboy. He basically he described his first time meeting Nick Fuentes was equivalent to the first time he asked his wife if he could kiss her.
Yeah. It was the equivalent of kissing his wife for the first time, was meeting Nick Fuentes.
I found the Astro World China video.
Oh?
Oh, where do I post it?
You can either do it in on Twitter, or you can do it in the Skype chat.
The Skype's
Put it in
probably
Skype
easiest.
chat. It's in there.
Right.
Oh, yeah. All right. Pulling it up right now. Harsh judgment of Jeff Holiday. 8.5.
Man, have you ever heard of the game Gay Chicken by any chance, Dylan?
I have not.
It's where two straight men...
Only heterosexual chicken.
It's where two straight men act gay towards each other until they're just about to have sex. And the first one to give up...
Yeah, it's the first. It's not until they're about to have sex. It's you act gay towards each other until the first person backs off.
Yeah, but
until the first one breaks chicken.
Okay, well in this occasion, it was they almost had sex basically.
Oh man, that's crazy.
I've been common law married to somebody because neither of us are willing to give up. Yeah.
Yeah, Jeff won a game of gay chicken against our friend Joe, who's usually a very strong gay chicken player.
Yeah.
Until they got into the shower together, that's where Joe backed out.
Jeff was really drunk.
You can't be like gay or queer and play this because that's cheating, right?
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Which I think is why I think that's why Jeff won.
Could you have like wait? Could gay people play straight chicken? Is that a thing?
I think they should be able to.
If they're just repulsed by the opposite sex, yeah.
Whoa! You don't have to be repulsed by men to not want to be gay.
Why has it got to be men?
It's not repulsed. It's like how far you're willing to go as a straight man to win gay chicken.
I mean, if the thought of getting that physical is repulsive to you, right?
You shouldn't be repulsed by things you're not attracted to. You're just not attracted to them.
You repulse me.
Repulsiveness is a childish inclination that something you don't like is repulsive. Something you don't like just isn't for you.
So I've been looking at what's been going on with this Travis Scott concert. Absolute.
Do we have the screen up?
Horrible.
Oh shit!
Oh yeah, I can see it.
My bad.
Because we can see it.
To think that the concert would continue while these people are dying is insane. But I saw this report of the security guard feeling a prick in the side of his neck and then suffering from the same symptoms as an opioid overdose, which leads me and investigators to believe that fentanyl may have been used to send some of these people into an overdose situation. If that's the case, this attack on Americans was enabled by China. China wants to kill Americans with the amount of fentanyl it is sending into the United States, using the cartels to do it, coming across our southern border. So if anything should tell us we need to wake up to this threat, this is it. Our children are in danger, and now to think somebody would purposefully...
If there's anything, the first thing I took away from Astroworld was fucking G. Taiwan, now this?
Is there
and it has to do with fentanyl?
Is there a big fentanyl track coming in through China?
Yeah.
Well, fentanyl comes from China,
But
yes.
the thing is, he's saying it all based on speculation, right? Like, I could speculate, like, I heard grandma died. Now, assuming that was a Russian sniper's bullet, then the Russian government, like, yeah, if you assume that it's that, then there's a lot of other assumptions you can make there, right?
Yeah, like a lot of the illegal street fentanyl that people are buying because they're heroin addicts and shit comes from China.
We usually
and that's why people, and it's not like medical grade, it's people making it, you know,
You usually don't
generically.
buy the fentanyl on purpose. Everybody I knew, at least, that died from it was buying heroin, and it was just clumped up in their
Right.
in their
Oh, yeah.
heroin.
Yeah.
That's pretty nuts. I didn't know China was shipping that over. You know, we need a real war on drugs, not some performative trash war on drugs.
What's the real war on drugs?
Just legalizing it all and then finding the people who go illegally, bringing it in and get rid of them. Make it all legal so it's not as profitable. You bring in you bring in some fentanyl from China. Like, why would you get that? You get the American stuff here for an American price. And we love paying the American price for things.
I love to buy American.
How about a war on soberness?
Yes.
Well, that should be the Hiroshima of the war on drugs. Should just be everybody get dosed up real good and high so they know what it's like. You shouldn't be able to talk trash about getting high until you've been effed up.
Okay, well, people who want to stay sober just can't talk trash. How about that?
If people who want to stay sober can do like ecstasy.
But that's not sober.
If you don't want to stay sober, we're gonna hit you with them H bombs. We're gonna dose you up good with.
I just remember when I was in high school in the '90s, all the straight edge kids were some of the most angry, kind of prickish kind of kids that resented anyone who wasn't straight edge.
Yeah, because their lives were probably destroyed by parents or family members that used drugs, so they were bitter little bitches.
Right.
What is the tattoo I have?
Do you have a straight edge tattoo?
Yes.
You do?
Yeah. I have two tattoos.
Yes.
One is about my mom's birth and death date, and the other one's drug free.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well,
and you're not drug free anymore, or you still are?
Well, I'm 20, so I couldn't answer that question whether I wanted to or not. But I am drug free. Yes.
Okay.
Smart. Yeah, you're not drug free. You're just obeying the law.
Yes.
Yeah, you can't even be drug free until you're 21 in most states.
Exactly. Like I think like Delta 8 and maybe like a beer or two is like fine, but like anything really past that.
Yeah. Have you done Salvia?
The fact I don't know what it is, so I was
walk out. It's a perfectly legal drug at this. Well,
I wouldn't say perfectly legal in some areas.
States, in some states, it is illegal. In other states,
what is Salvia?
It's a weed that it's a member of the sage family, and it's highly psychedelic.
Yeah.
When they sell the extract of it. If you go, they sell it in like tobacco shops in Washington
I went to
State.
a little shop one night, picked up $60 worth.
And when you take it, like you smoke it just a little bit, like a little puff of it, you like literally hallucinate for maybe 2 to 3 minutes.
Yeah.
A lot of people have the sensation of bonding with objects. Like you'll bond into the couch that you're sitting in, or if you pick something up, you'll have the sensation of being one with it. It's very intense.
Wow.
It's not that enjoyable, honestly.
The moment I
sweat and laugh.
Wait, if there's a Bonnie feeling, what would happen if you had sex while
that
doing
would be
stuff?
crazy.
I don't know. That would suck, dude.
I don't know.
No, I would hate that.
There's a few crazy Salvia videos out there on YouTube. I saw one where a guy he was trying to climb out of the imaginary hole he found himself in, and he climbed like up into a window and like fell through the window.
The moment I was in when I did it, the moment stopped, and like half of my mind, like time was still kind of moving, but the moment I stopped was split on itself and splitting in like a kaleidoscopic circle around until it filled up my entire viewpoint. And then once it filled up my entire viewpoint, I found myself back in, I believe, I don't know, I was probably like 8 years old, and I was in my aunt's basement, and I was like, oh, how'd I get back here? And then when I realized where I was at, because I didn't like, I had time traveled. Like my mind had traveled back to that moment when I was a little kid. And then when I realized where I was, I started to come back into reality. But it sucked.
And he told his friend, his roommate, walk out.
It sucked.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just jerk off.
You know, I tried that. It's a lot better when you have like a, I don't want to say that. We're on Twitch. It's a lot better when you have a someone from the Scarlet Road there to do things to you, like a sex surrogate there to give you hand love. Jodie Foster, a Jodie Foster type there to jerk you.
Oh. Somebody told me I haven't seen Gardening on Salvia. Is that like a famous video? No, okay.
I've never heard of it.
Oh, 420 viewers. How convenient.
Lit. I'm basically straight edge anyways. Like,
not really. You're
most of the time.
Okay. See, straight edge was like a punk rock subculture at one point. So there were straight edge bands and straight edge kids, and they all kind of dressed the same. I knew Anthony Fantano was straight edge when I first met him. Just like he kind of had that aesthetic.
He had that look.
Yeah, yeah.
You're either straight edge or you're a proud boy.
If you're not, the term was, if you're not straight edge now, you never were.
Yeah, that's
what they say. Because like people be like, I used to be straight edge or whatever.
Straight edge. If you're not now, you never were.
Yeah.
Somebody just sent me a video, Gardening on Salvia. Can we watch this?
Sure.
Sure, I'm interested. Let me put it in the chat.
Yeah.
Last Man says war on Billy's dumb ideas. Well, you've already won. I have very few dumb ideas, and they're often forgotten after I say them. Now, my smart ideas, you wouldn't want to go to war with those because you'd lose. But that's fair.
All right, let's see. Gardening on...
By the way, you guys have not been making a good case for Salvia.
Oh, I wouldn't recommend it. Yeah, it sucks.
It's not enjoyable. There's plenty of other psychedelic substances that I've done
it can be like
that are
bought
better.
in a lot of places in a grocery store, like a tobacco shop.
Like,
type
there's
setting.
no way it's addictive. Like, when you do it, you're not like, oh, damn, I want to do that again right away. You know, it's
just a thing that happens.
Yeah, it's I heard that at the time when I was in my early 20s, it was legal in Ohio when I was living in Ohio, and we found out it was a legal thing. So me and my friends got a bunch of it and did it, and basically I sweat my ass off and laughed really hard for like 5 minutes, and felt like the couch was swallowing me, and it was really intense. It's very intense.
Drugs are weak. Nobody should do drugs.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I get high on God.
Exactly. I was thinking today how much I would love to believe in God. That'd be so cool.
Could I see the thing? It's the other thing again.
Yeah, we're back on the dumbass. Stream.
Yeah, I'll switch it.
Cool. Hey.
I'm trying to, hold on just a second, because it's playing in another thing. All right. I gotta unmute this channel.
Eric, your host. Today we're going to plant this curry plant in our gardens. What you're going to want is a hole that's about 10 centimeters deep.
This little baby
centimeters
Eric.
on each side. And just pick out a nice spot in your garden for that. Doesn't matter where you put it.
He's got his bong, but it's probably got salvia in it.
You're not supposed to use a regular lighter, right?
A big mistake that people do when they smoke salvia is they act like it's weed and they smoke as much as they would smoke if it was like a bowl of weed. And that's way too much. You just need like a little puff of it.
Everybody told me to do 10 seconds. When I did do 10 seconds and hold
Everybody, the people in your chat, the people that lead you astray.
They all wanted me to die.
Yeah.
Got a nice spot right about here. I'm going to go ahead and smoke some salvia, and then we're going to dig this hole and put it in the ground.
You're supposed to use a torch on the salvia. I'm not a big fan of this Bic lighter.
I've used a lighter for sure.
Maybe they were just trying to kill me the most.
Starts to
I think
vibrate.
so.
Once that happens, you're gonna dig your hole and you'll be good to go. So, my spot.
It hits you really quick.
Right about here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start digging on that. Then once that's done, I'm gonna put the plant in there.
He can't talk.
Oh my god.
It's very strong.
He's doing so much better than I did.
Keep holding it in. Keep holding it in.
Keep holding it in. Oh God, yep, I remember being there.
Yeah, that's what happens. Like you start laughing, I sweat uncontrollably. I had a blanket on me and I threw it on the floor and stepped on it.
Oh God.
Wow, that was quick.
Yeah.
It's very quick. It wears off quickly too. At least he's just laying there, not trying to fight it. It's when you try to fight it that it's bad. I don't know.
Getting a lot of gardening done.
You basically just have to let it, lay there and let it happen.
He's gardening the field of life.
So maybe he's not taking it as well as I did.
I think he did a lot more than you did.
Yeah.
Maybe even stronger dosage. Because you were able to sit up and still communicate. But yeah, if you do enough of it, you'll be like this. You just have to lay there and let it pass.
I took a lot, but I was also trying. I was dealing with not just myself. I had Joe and the chat and everybody to deal with.
Leave the bush alone.
Do you know what the strength was of yours? Like 20 or 30 times or something like that?
I'm not sure.
Because I think it gets all the way up to 100.
Yeah, I think it might have been like 60 times or something.
Oh.
I'm not sure.
I'm trying to imagine, like, let's say you just smoke this, and then like the cops come and arrest you, and you're
done with that. Oh my God.
while going through.
You're gonna go
I would have a heart
What would
attack and
happen?
die.
Yeah,
Make
it would
sure
suck.
that the hole in your garden is big enough for your plant. And once you make sure of that, you're gonna.
All right, we have Billy's salvia thing too.
Mine starts at about 50 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, really? You did it on stream, huh?
Yeah, we streamed it. About here.
This is Joe, the guy. Joe's coming on, the guy that
smells like tea.
Jeff played gay chicken with.
Yeah. It did smell like
How old
tea.
is this video?
Smells a bit like
Like
tea.
2
This-
years?
No, it was during the pandemic, right? Like it was probably in May or June of
April 27th.
Okay, so it was relatively soon into the panty. April 27th, 2020.
If you want to use it. Okay, is it a torch?
And
Kinda,
Joey
yeah.
used a regular lighter. I forgot about that.
Can Joe describe how he felt when he held a knife to Blade's back?
Oops.
It seemed so real, LMAO. It seemed like he really wanted to kill Bruh.
He didn't want to kill anybody.
Yeah, this seems like the right type of statements to hear while high on salvia.
Oh, it got bad.
He did have a knife though.
The knife was in a very real way. Yep.
That dude on the left looks
that
like
my
a wrestling
friend
jobber.
Yes. Should we maybe fast forward a little bit more till the lighting?
I love it when he takes. So when Joe takes his hit, everyone pay close attention to when Joe here takes his hit.
Well, Joe has this thing. Whenever he smokes anything, he blows it out. Yeah.
It's a bit that he does. He's done that with weed that I
Yeah, I
passed to
wanted him to get high with me so we both would be out of it so that I wouldn't have to deal with him messing with me. Boy, was that a mistake.
Nope, he messed with you.
You gotta get it roasted, dude. Yeah.
You have to roast it.
I don't think you need a torch.
Everybody says use a torch, and Joe. I thought Joey would make it work with his little lighter there. Did not work. Now I use that torch to light my candles.
All right. So Joe takes his hit. Or you guys,
we're supposed to go at the same time. I got the
Watch
Kenny
what
Rogers
Joe does,
roaster.
though.
Yeah. Joey just blows
he blows it out. He gets nothing.
He shoots a good $10 bill out of the pipe.
So
Wow.
The
yeah,
difference.
no, he did nothing, huh?
And Billy blew out that big cloud of smoke next to his head right there.
Yeah, I was taking a huge hit. I was starting to cough and choke on it. Everything that was going in was like, it started tasting like maybe the ether, I don't know, oil. It was into another realm, right?
Yeah.
I was smoking spice or something. Yeah, it tasted so bad. I'm choking on my own spit because it sucks to swallow. Oh, God. Then this stuff starts
Get
happening.
Lil Billy, do DMT, and Duster next.
Duster.
Joe's not even high. He's over here.
I don't feel it.
You know?
No.
He's like, I don't feel it.
Oh,
That wasn't
fucked
big
up,
enough.
dude.
Oh, fucked up, dude.
That was a big one.
He said, Joe said that wasn't big enough. Do one more. And I'm like,
No, you definitely didn't do it.
Oh no, I did it, dude.
No.
I did it, dude.
No.
yeah.
Trust, shut the fuck up. I did it.
Trust me. We didn't get sick.
Nope, I did it.
We didn't do it.
Walk out.
I love that. We need
Walk
to put that on a
out.
t-shirt with just you
Walk out.
your face
Walk
right
out.
here. Walk out.
Walk out.
Oh my God.
Oh.
Walk out meant something right there.
Trust me. We haven't done it.
No, we did it, dude.
I can tell. You didn't do it.
No, dude, you did it.
Time from the moment I hit that is still splitting in my head. Oh yeah, thank you, Dr.
Nightmare,
Zayas.
nightmare, 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 nightmare,
That's
nightmare.
terrible.
Nightmare, nightmare, nightmare.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Usually it's 30 seconds.
Whoa, man. This
Oh my
sucks.
God. Dude, that's terrible.
You guys are in. No, you guys
It takes
did
like
it.
30 seconds to get in. No, it's
You
not.
guys
I don't
did
feel
it.
it. I don't feel it at all.
You guys
You guys did it.
Seth, hand me a knife. Watch.
Seth and
So you're gonna glaze over my dono? Joe literally almost slashed Blade's throat and he's acting like it is nothing. What a fucking
All
thing.
right, describe what's going on right now.
In my head, I think the moment that I hit it is still splitting and kaleidoscoping in on itself until I lose track of everything in the background. Like, it's very strange.
Walk out.
And he's talking to me,
out.
and he's trying to get me to do more, and I'm like, no, I'm dying a little bit here. I'm going back in time, dude.
Fake bitch. I'll fuck that bitch up.
I keep going. Oh my God.
It was bad.
How much
So
money?
you went back in time to your
Yeah.
aunt's cellar or whatever.
Yeah, I
Basement.
found myself in like a basement in the 80s or 90s or something. I don't remember exactly when it was. I was a little boy, and I remember there, like, when I was there, I was like in this, I want to say the stairwell going from the basement to the upstairs, and I was in like the stairwell, and I remember thinking to myself, they have a freezer full of ice cream downstairs. And I was gonna go get an ice cream, but then, but by the time I realized where and when I was, I started coming back to this time.
And Billy's a sweet boy.
Suppose so. When you look at it that way. I did want to kill him, but he won me over with the power of a hug. A hug goes a long way.
It's true.
But they use
I love how all you can say is, "Oh my God."
Yeah, Joe's over here doing a bit.
He didn't do any of it.
Yeah, he's been clear and present mind.
How much money would you take to do it again? Is there a price on it?
I'd,
of course
I'd do it
there
again
is.
for like $1,000.
Damn, that's a lot.
Hell yeah, it is.
Should have done to the Nazis.
I love the look on your face.
It's not bad. There was nothing there. There's nothing there. We didn't do it. We didn't do it. You're gonna have
Don't
to
talk
back me
about
up.
weed. My hands are still clenched like this, like my thumbs out, my fist clenched in, like. Oh my gosh.
You didn't.
I go full goof troop.
Yeah, I did.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did. Yeah,
No,
I
you
did.
didn't.
Don't front, Joe. Hit that shit. What are you, 5-0 or something? Billy has gout.
I don't have gout, but that was a 5-0 move to blow the cherry out and not hit it. Joe might be the police. There's a good chance Joe works with like the feds or.
He does kind of look like an undercover cop with the hair and everything.
He lived in Israel for a while. He might be Mossad, and I just don't know it. I don't know. He's my roommate, so it should be concerning.
Good dude. Good dude.
Dude.
He's got good drug.
Dude.
It kind of sounds like you're having fun though.
I mean, I'm on camera. I'm trying to have fun.
Because you're like, dude.
This is me trying to have a rapport with the audience.
While time traveling.
Oh God! Yeah.
Don't you dare, dude.
I can barely move my body. I'm like, you can see my eyes moving, but not my head. I'm like,
dude, don't do it.
Don't do it, dude.
This time he does do it, right?
I don't know. I think it takes 3 times. I'm not sure. Does Joe know Krav Maga? He might. He might. Chilio says, promise neither of you hit that shit hard.
I didn't.
I hit it.
Yeah,
I hit it hard
chimpanzee
enough.
could open this.
Okay.
I don't need to go back there.
Chimpanzee.
I did a kaleidoscopic.
It doesn't take a lot to
time
make you laugh
travel.
in this world, huh?
Oh my
You
God.
just don't have the
No.
dexterity.
Laughter is like one of the things I can fully communicate, right?
Go up everywhere.
I start saying words and I just sound like a awkward lump of an oaf.
There's a little hitch you had to push down first.
I'm like full on Beavis and Butthead.
You almost do it here.
I had no dexterity in this hand.
Yeah. I feel like I'm holding it for him.
Oh, fuck.
You felt like at this point you were holding it?
He's having me put it away, like trying to
like
pack
a
the bowl
joke.
for him. Oh God, this.
777, 777, 777, 777, 777, 777, 777, 777, 777, 777, 777.
Yeah, we've probably seen
Yeah,
enough
that's
of this. This troublesome stream.
777.
Oh,
That was a derail, huh?
yeah. Ugh. I don't like it.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Don't do Salvia. I'm sorry I even brought it up. I was like, it's illegal in a lot of places. Then I'm like watching that now. I was like, oh God, don't.
It's great.
It's terrible. It's terrible. It's terrible.
Mixed reviews.
Yeah. Do you plan on doing some drugs?
I'm good.
Okay. Because I would like to tell you, the only drug worth doing
Is love.
is being drug across concrete.
Oh.
I'm a sadomasochist. I'm not. Maybe I am. I'm a liar. Okay.
Uncertainty has been sown.
I'm so over it.
Did we get?
Is there any other segments for the night?
I mean, like we'll probably keep going for a little while, but if you gotta go, it's cool.
Yeah.
I still got some time.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have to make another bathroom break.
Ben's
anyway.
got to go potty, so it's gonna be. It's gonna.
When you
be,
get older, your bladder gets smaller. So.
I understand.
But your penis gets bigger.
So, while it's just you and me, Billy.
Yeah.
Hippy Dippy Championship. You never give me your full thoughts.
Oh, on the bout.
Yes, on the bout.
I mean, it's hard to beat Destiny when you're good, right? Destiny just talks a mile a minute, gets the points across. So it was a steamroll, right?
What did you think of the Jackson Hinkle thing at the start?
Oh, it hurt. It hurt to watch. It was so cringy. Like, for one, I don't know who Jackson Hinkle is, but like based on like the chat reaction, there was like I was watching the chat. They're like, are they trying to do the Sam Cedar moment? Are they trying to do the Sam Cedar thing? It was like one okay, so in pro wrestling, when like there's this huge like formation of like the New World Order. Hulk Hogan comes out, Kevin Nash, Scott Hall come out, and they tear apart WCW, and it's this big, long time moment. This is like boomer talk. This happened 25 years ago, right? But it's like this big moment in wrestling, and then every time someone tries to repeat it, it just looks like a low-rent copy of a copy of a copy, you know? It never looks cool. And this was like all the fail. Like it's the audio. He came in. The audio was terrible. Like half the people had no idea who he was, and then those that did know who he was, like, is this what he's trying to do? Is he trying to flex? Like had he been had Destiny been dodging him? Like is that the big thing?
So the dude wanted to debate Destiny, and Destiny didn't want to because the dude's been very open that like he's in this game for clout.
Okay.
He's also taken like money from like pro-Assad lobby groups, and is just all around a very strange individual.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like I had a debate with him for like an hour, almost 2 hours, which was very unpleasant. So Destiny was just like, he was like, I want to debate you. He was just like, I'm good. That was it.
Yeah. And
then he had the opportunity and he just kind of like walked away. He didn't do anything. That was the worst part, is that he flexed.
Exactly.
He kept looking over to the side and just walked away. He didn't have a plan.
Exactly. It's like that guy who's been trying to like get with a girl for so long, and the second she's like, whatever, like, I'm bored, come do it. You show up and you just like blow your load in the first 2 seconds, and you're like, hey, how was that good for you? Like, no, I should have never did this. This was a terrible mistake. Maybe that's a bad comparison, but I'm really good at bad comparisons.
Yeah, because I don't think he got off at all. I think he was also embarrassed.
It was just a terribly embarrassing situation. I watched beyond that. It was too easy.
Yeah. I'm excited for the next one, which is actually going to be during the end of this month, the 26th. We're going to be having Destiny go against Actual Jake from the Bible Reloaded.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So I'm not too familiar with the Bible Reloaded, so I'll have to do some work into that. I try and stay away.
They used to be
from...
on DP in the old days all
really?
the time. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, they had the really catchy theme music, the Bible Reloaded, the Bible Reloaded. Yeah. It was very catchy.
Interesting.
Let's watch something not so serious. Let's watch Are you familiar with King Cobra JFS?
No.
Okay.
But to wrap up that segment talk, I thought that the build up towards the actual face-to-face itself was really fun, interesting, cool. Everybody that was watching was excited, and then to have it fall short was just a testament to how many people actually cared to watch it. Right? The hopes were huge. Had high hopes, you know. And
it's kind of hard to follow up the last one, which was the Hippy Dippy Rumble, where like everyone was actually debating who was the rightful champion, because it was a voting controversy. It was a Montreal screw job that happened, right? And so it's kind of hard to follow that up. But I don't know if you heard about this. Infrared was super pissed that he lost, so pissed that he started his own debate show that he's doing at the same time as my debate show to undermine mine. And he is saying that I'm working behind the scenes to undermine his show. And
leave your debate show, save $5. Start my own debate show, make $5.
Yeah. Do you think that he'll, I don't know, get the audio?
Belt, yeah.
We get the audio issues worked out?
Maybe. No, he didn't. I was watching the stream today. It was the worst.
Oh, yeah. If I was watching him for the first time and he was saying he was going to start his own stream, I wouldn't trust it to be worthwhile, even if it was going to be a shit show of horrible arguments. It just, nobody would be able to hear half the words. It was so piss poor with audio.
That's the thing, is even if he made like amazing arguments, it was really hard to understand half the things he was saying.
Yeah.
And at the start, it was literally incomprehensible. So it's like he just screwed the pooch, really.
Yeah. Yeah, whatever. I saw him bitching and complaining afterwards.
He called us out one time after we had Vosh on.
Cool.
Yeah.
I love that. Let's you know what? I don't want to debate him. I just want to arm wrestle him.
I offered to box him. I never got a response.
Oh, he. Do you think he's much of a fighter, or you think it's more show muscles?
I think it's show muscles. Anybody who wears a wife beater that much, it's show muscles.
Okay. That'd be an interesting boxing match. I would hate to see you get your ass kicked, but I would love just to see you test him, see where it goes.
Well, I boxed Golden Gloves at Sugar Ray Leonard's boxing gym, so I think it would
hell
be decent.
no, he's not going to want to respond then.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Well, my guy's got the show muscles. He's going to come in there. He's going to get stuck with a couple of good ones.
He's taller than me, though. I mean, he's got that.
How tall is
Tallness
he?
doesn't matter in boxing necessarily.
Well, he's probably got more of a reach, you know?
Maybe. I don't know.
I didn't know you were gloving up like that. Now, I want you. He's a puss for not responding. Little baby, you're gonna work on those muscles and not use them. What are you, the opposite of Kyle Rittenhouse? You gonna bring your guns to the show and not pull the trigger, puss.
Jesus Christ.
It's terrible. I feel like 90% of Cope's stories are just projections of his insecurities.
Yeah.
Damn.
So this guy just does streams, and he's kind of a wacky person, and this person animates the stories that he tells.
Really?
Yeah.
What's good, YouTube? So the other day, YouTube, I was out and about. I had my staff with me, running some...
He's a wizard, by the way.
Small errands.
He's a wizard.
Yep.
He makes and sells wands.
Crossing the street, minding my own business, and some turd guzzler drives by in a truck. This dude shouts out the window, "Fucking tard," and then keeps on driving. And it royally pissed me off for about 10 minutes. I'm like, what the fuck is people's problems? It's bad enough I get people making fun of me on YouTube, but the fact that people do this crap to me in real life, you know what I'm saying, YouTube? I got crap on, what is this crap on my screen? On my phone screen. Okay, hold on a second.
Why would he release this?
Well, he just live streams it, right? So
he's like set his kitchen on fire and
he
live
turns
streamed
his
it.
camera on and just goes, and a lot of times it's just hours of
He got
fail.
into a fight with some weird guy that was hanging out at his place like a month
homeless
ago.
guy. Trying to kick a homeless person out is the hardest thing to do because they have nowhere to go.
Right.
Okay, I got
But then he literally kicked him.
That's why I don't hang out with homeless people
But
anymore,
then-
unless it's at their place of residence.
As I was closing up my errands, walking around town for the day, the other day, walking back to my apartment, and I almost eat shit on the ice, but I catch myself, you know, and walking on the sidewalk, and thinking out loud, I'm like, that was close, you know. I think I might have said
Do you
something
think this
like,
guy would be good for Hippy Dippy? Do you think he'd be a good guest?
No. Well,
no.
Good luck getting him, but I mean, to debate somebody?
Yeah, it would be hard to. It would hard. He's
Like on Magic or something.
He's very protective of himself because of how many people are out to troll him. So it's hard to just convince him that you're on the up and up.
Yeah, we've tried to get him on for a long time. Yeah, he's concerned about everyone trolling him, but the thing is that all of his viewers are trolls. There's just the ones that are nicer to him. He gets a lot of like troll viewers, but he's kind of legendary in a weird way because of how odd and eccentric of a person he is.
I feel the fact that he's protective makes him more powerful, though.
Okay, yeah,
definitely.
I mean, he can cast his magic
I
on
hate
you
being
too.
clumsy, stupid ice, you know.
I so want to play Dylan Trumpster Bob, but you cannot play Trumpster Bob on Twitch.
And this cute little redhead walking in front of me was like, "Oh, don't worry, I'm clumsy sometimes too," you know, like, or she didn't say sometimes, you know, she just basically, she turned around, she looked at me and she smiled and she goes, "Oh, don't worry, I'm clumsy too." So it's
Sweet
like,
girl.
okay, you could focus on the bastard that called you a mean, offensive name, or you could focus on the cute girl that was sympathizing with you. And Yeah, the second one's a lot easier to focus on, I'm just saying.
My guy.
Don't
People
wanna make
think
this
that he
video
lies about these stories.
He might be lying.
People say that 90% of what he says is made up projection. I don't
probably is.
I don't know. I
He's
think
going through a 3-year dry spell?
it's coming up on 4 years. I'm pretty
4-year
sure.
dry spell.
But
no ladies in his life.
He's been using the tactical soap for years as well.
Yeah, he has this pheromone soap that he wears that he's like, yeah, it'll get you some ladies.
Maybe he should
but
stop
it never
using
works
the
for
soap
him.
and see if he gets a girlfriend.
Long, but anyway, this is King Cobra JFS with another video.
People make music videos from what he says too.
But at
like-
the same time, it's like women expect men to make the first move, and as soon as you do, you get accused of being a rapist.
Oh
no! So I got this text message, and
no.
It's a person who claims to be a woman, and this so-called woman on this phone of mine texts me. She supposedly is a woman and says, "You're fucking disgusting, dude. There's not a woman on earth who wants to fuck you."
Yeah, he has this creepy ventriloquist dummy sitting.
Oh my god, I just noticed that. What the fuck? Does he do stuff with that?
I think he refers to him as his son, but there was one time he had his doll in his lap and a sex toy girl. Like it was a sex doll.
It was a
I
sex
think I
doll.
vaguely remember this video.
Yeah.
Best days are a distant memory.
They turned this into a song. It's crazy.
So
how
I
they do
went-
this.
If you having girl problems,
Block, delete, and ignore. Pretty much how that goes.
if you having girl problems,
Block the number, delete the text message, and ignore it.
I feel bad for you, son. If you having girl problems,
Block, delete, and ignore.
Yeah.
Pretty much how that goes.
if you having girl problems,
Block the number, delete the text message, and ignore it.
I feel bad for you, son.
The likelihood of that being an actual woman is highly doubtable.
Highly
To be
doubtable.
quite honest with you. Highly doubtable. So I went 1, 2, 1, 1, 2. I'm an internet rock star who wants to fuck you. Go. I'm an internet asshole who wants to fuck my trolls. I tell you what.
If you having girl problems,
Block, delete, and ignore. Pretty much how that goes.
if you having girl problems,
Block the number, delete the text message, and ignore it.
I feel bad for you, son. If you having girl problems,
Block, delete, and ignore. Pretty much how that goes.
if you having girl problems,
Block the number, delete the text message, and ignore it.
I feel bad for you, son.
No, if I wanted to show off, I'd do something like.
Oh, and he plays guitar, and he thinks he's like Eddie Van Halen or something, but he is awful.
Oh god.
Ooh. Hit him with the whammy bar, coach. Full-on rock star. Channeling that thick Rick Rubin here. Beautiful.
So what is this guy's name?
King Cobra JFS.
Yeah.
Okay,
King
one second. Let me
Cobra.
look this up.
He lives in Casper, Wyoming. He's a sexy goth bad boy from Job Corps.
Oh my gosh, I just found his YouTube.
Oh,
my
yeah.
gosh, that's. He streamed today. It just says Taco Bell.
Yeah.
That was an 8-hour stream or a 12-minute stream?
Usually.
An 8-minute.
8-minute? That's most definitely what's up.
So basically, everyone who watches him for like humorous reasons, right?
The majority, I think, do. I personally watch him for affirmations and.
Is there anyone who watches him unironically?
Yes, there are a few.
I know of some girls that want to break the streak,
but he was in a video chat recently where he was blackout drunk and he loaded a shotgun and everyone's like, "Don't do it," and he's like playing around with a shotgun while he's so wasted, and you can see him like put the shells in, and later on they fall out.
Yeah, I think he was trying to do a defense thing for Rittenhouse.
What?
He was making like a defense
What?
case for Kyle Rittenhouse, right?
Was he actually?
No.
Oh,
not Not at all.
I'm deadly curious. What was he like trying
Stupid.
to?
It's super dumb. Josh, how frequently are you on?
Let's see her.
Yeah, I'm not even sure what he was trying to do.
I don't know if I really want to watch this. To be
Yeah,
honest.
you probably don't. He just it's weird. He pulls it out. He starts loading it, and we don't really know why. So.
Yeah, that's concerning.
Yeah, hopefully he was just feeling froggy, like he wanted to go skeet shooting or something.
Yeah, he was like, guns are cool. Yeah,
he was highly inebriated though, so.
Yeah, I actually have a panelist who put a gun to his head on stream, and we had to stop inviting him back. So.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I believe he specifically was like, somebody was like, would you rather like have sex with a trans person or die? And then he just like put a gun to his head.
That's very strange.
Yeah, it was not fun. And
Weird
so they
flex.
I've been back since.
Yeah, I've like put guns to my head, but I knew they were empty. It was just
the only time I ever got put in Twitter jail was when I posted a picture of Billy with a gun to his head.
Yeah, you shouldn't have done that.
Damn.
Yeah, it wasn't it was like a prop gun.
Yeah, the week after the Rust thing happened with Alec Baldwin, the week after that happened, I was shooting on set, and I was the one that had the prop gun on set.
How many people did you kill?
0.
Oh.
But there was like obviously it wasn't even a real gun we
Let
were
me guess.
using.
People double check just to be sure.
Oh, yeah. It wasn't even a real gun. We had a BB gun, and I was still double checking. I was dry firing to make sure there was nothing lodged in it. I was like, when we were doing the practice scene, trying to get the angles set up with the camera, I was holding the gun by the barrel and pointing the butt of the gun at the guy's head, just so there was no chance that I would even make him look in the barrel and think those harsh things that Alec Baldwin could have done to him. I was super soy. I had my soy milk on deck that day. I was gonna practice the Second Amendment backwards.
If I know anything about guns, is that you point them at yourself instead of others, right? When you practice.
You look down the barrel to see if there's any ammo in there.
Hey, I won't shoot you, and you hold it backwards just to practice, yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What an interesting guy. I'm actually gonna dig into that rabbit hole while I fall asleep tonight.
Oh, he's got some good stuff out there. Cobes, yeah.
Yeah, there's a great video by someone named Danknet on him that kind of just gives you the rundown on all that stuff.
Wonderful.
Yeah. Yes.
Well, I'm actually feeling extremely tired. I haven't gotten sleep in a while, so I think I'm tapping out a little bit.
That is perfectly okay.
I just want to point out that you're probably gonna go fap to videos of Cobra now.
Of course.
I'm fine with that.
I mean, like, who wouldn't be attracted to such a powerful wizard?
He's a sexy goth bad boy with wizard skills.
Is he bisexual or what?
I don't think he is. He seems to be a little rough around the edges when it comes to that conversation.
Well, it sucks to be out of the running. I'm disappointed, but hopeful.
You're very like man pretty though, so maybe he would be down.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Maybe he'd be down.
Yeah, I've got the blue eyes. I do have the square jaw, which I think is a pretty defining feature. But the hair works. If I just have like a baggy hoodie and some sweatpants, then it's like basically like weird femboy.
Yeah, you look like a stack of pancakes. Who doesn't want to eat a stack of pancakes?
Exactly, with a penis.
Extra
you guys
syrup.
have a good night.
You too, thank you.
Okay.
Good night.
Good night.
All right, so what are we gonna do now?
We're gonna have a stack of pancakes. Extra syrup. Everybody hanging out with us tonight. Thank you for the support so far. I do believe we got a fixed Soul Dono saying that's most definitely what's up, Tubes. We have Eduardo Garcia with some big love. Dragon in the West saying Portland is destroyed by protests just like Godzilla does with Tokyo. Damn. And Tristan McCoy again with the best $20 ever spent. Thank you. That locks us up so far for the night.
Yeah. Damn.
If you guys don't follow Dylan Burns, you really should.
Yeah.
He does good stuff.
And Jeff Holiday.
And Jeff Holiday.
We are going to wrap up the show. We will see you all again very soon.
Yes.
Good night.
Have a good night.
In the beginning, there was nothing. And then there was the Drunken Peasants Podcast.
Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. From the strangest corners of the internet, gonna get TP'd by Billy and Ben. You know where you can find them at. Get ready, cause they're gonna kick your... Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants.